Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Rebels Radio as we're here today at the Camrose Stadium, and this could be the last visit that we have at the Camrose. It could be the last time that Slough visit here, and so it's going to be an interesting game here as it's the Evostic Southern Premier League, and it's Slough Town away to Basingstoke. Oh, blimey, that's loud. Dear me. And we're just... so much is really, really loud. That's a really loud tannoy system, so apologies if you can hear that. I'll run through the two sides for you in a second. I'm just going to do a couple of things for you. Just bear with me for a second. It's a little bit less better there. I'll run through the two sides for you in a second. I'll also give you the information as well of the up and coming games for the Rebels this afternoon. This is Rebels Radio. My name is Ada. You can contact us in two different ways. You can contact us either through Twitter at MyFC or Rebels Radio, or if you're listening on the YouTube via the comments, then you can do it that way and it will come through to us here and we'll give you a shout out as well. So we'll run through those two sides for you and the other games in the Evostic Southern Premier League this afternoon. Just a couple of upcoming fixtures for you. We have on the 27th, Slough will be away to Weymouth. That's on the 27th of March. That's a 7:45 kickoff. I haven't at the moment got any details of a supporters coach running, but I believe that they are trying to do that, so maybe keep your eye on the Slough Town Supporters Trust website, and we'll see if we can do those. Also, the next game after that is away to Dunstable. That is on Good Friday, so please be aware of that. That's Good Friday. That's the 30th of March, away to Dunstable. That's a 3 o'clock kick-off as normal. And then the next time there's a home game for the Rebels. I don't know if you remember what Arbour Park looks like, but Arbour Park will be hosting a home game on the 2nd of April. That is home to Chesham United. So there you go. Those are your other upcoming games for the Rebels for these next few weeks, and it's we'll go here at the Camrose Stadium. I'm just going to shut the door because it's really loud when the tannoy goes off. So we'll run through the two sides for you. Just some team news for you is that Alan Innes will have his operation sometime next week, and he's out for the rest of the season. Slough have brought in Matt Day from Wealdstone on loan. You may remember him from Hungerford Town. He makes his debut today, and we'll run through the other games for you in the Southern Premier League for you this afternoon. It's Banbury versus St Ives, Biggleswade versus Merthyr, Chesham versus Weymouth, which is 3rd versus 6th versus 3rd. Then we've got Dorchester Royston, Dunstable versus Hitchin, Farnborough versus Stratford, Hereford versus Gosport, Kettering Frome, Kings Langley versus Tiverton, it's Redditch versus Kings Lynn, and the last one is St Neots versus Bishop Stortford. Those are your Southern Premier League games for this afternoon. Just bear with me for 2 seconds while I dig a pen out that works. I'll run through those two teams for you in a second as well. And like I said, if you do want to get in contact, it's on Twitter at MyFC Rebels Radio, or if you want to do so via the comment section comes through to us here as you're listening on YouTube. So we'll run through the two sides with you, starting with the home side this afternoon, Basingstoke Town, who'll be playing in their normal kit of blue. In goal for them is Cole McAdden, 2 is Tom Leggett, 3 George Bennett, 4 Dan Collier, 5 is Guri Demura, 6 is Dan Bayliss, 7 Michael Atkinson, 8 is the captain Charlie Kennedy, 9 Callum Bunting, 10 Sam Smart, and 11 is Jack McKnight. The substitutes for Basingstoke Town this afternoon are 12 Jordan Gota, 14 Sam Deadfield, 15 Shane Hollenby, 16 is Harry Long, and wasn't there another one? 13 is a sub goalkeeper as well. It's Aaron Holt. It's not on our team sheet, but we were privy to some information. So 4 subs for them. For the Rebels, it's Jack Turner in goal. 2 is Sean Fraser, making his 264th appearance, just 5 away from that top 20 now for Sean. 3 is George Wells. 4 making his debut is Matt Day. 5 is the captain Mark Nisbet. 6 is Scott Davies. 7 James Dobson. 8 Simon Dunn. 9 Manny Williams. 10 Ben Harris, and 11 is Warren Harris. Substitutes for the Rebels are this afternoon: 12 Nathan Smart, 14 Guy Hollis, 15 Lee Togwell, and 16 is Perry Coles. So just to let you know that Matt Day makes his debut for the Rebels after signing on loan from Wealdstone. The other changes to the teams: Sean Fraser comes back into the team in place of Nathan Smart, and James Dobson comes in to replace Lee Togwell. And I guess there are slightly tactical changes, as well as the fact that with all the games coming up that Slough have, they're just giving some players some extra bit of run out. So that's why you've got a few changes here at this game. So just going to, if you've never been to the Camrose before, this you haven't got long before Basingstoke move to their new ground, hopefully. So behind the goal to our right is some covered terracing, and then around the far hand side there's some covered terracing around about from the 18-yard line to the 18-yard line. Behind the goal to our left, where the food van is, it's just open terracing, and then there's some covered terracing either side of the main stand here that we're based in, inside the press box. So if you've not been to the Camrose, that is what it looks like. And I will run through those 2 sides for you again just before kick-off. Good afternoon to Rebel who's listening in, and like I say, if you do want to get in contact, you can do so. Slough are in their home kit this afternoon. Basingstoke playing all blue, so Slough will be in their away kit of amber, and we're just waiting for the referee, who is today is Mr. Tristan Greaves. And its assistants are Sean Jenkins and Jacob Wright. So that's your referee for this afternoon's game. And yeah, so I think Rebel saying it's a surprise about Togwell. Togwell has 98 games. He's been replaced here. Scott Davis has come in. Just going through the handshakes here. A couple of changes. I do think that it is purely just trying to give some players a rest and some time off. So there you go. We are just waiting for those. I'll run through those starting 11s for you. Starting with the home side. In goal for Basingstoke is Cole McAdam. 2 is Tom Leggett. 3 George Bennett. 4 Dan Collier. 5 Guri Demuria. 6 is Dan Bayliss. 7 Michael Atkinson. 8 is the captain Charlie Kennedy. 9 is ex-Rebel Callum Bunting. 10 Sam Smart, and 11 is Jack McKnight, who scored the goal in the draw that the other 2 teams paid out only a few weeks ago. And for the Rebels, it's Jack Turner in goal. 2 Sean Fraser. 3 George Wells. 4 making his debut is Matt Day. 5 is Mark Nisbet, who's the captain. 6 is Scott Davies. 7 James Dobson. 8 Simon Dunn. 9 Manny Williams. 10 Ben Harris, and 11 is Warren Harris. So those are your 2 sides for today. Just to let you know that Basingstoke are on a bit of a form run here at the Camrose. They've won their last 7 home games here as well. They've also got one of the best home records in the Southern Premier League. They've only lost 2 games at home out of 18. Those games were to Frome and Kings Lynn. So Frome is everyone's bogey team, and Kings Lynn obviously second, but good win for both sides in their last games out, with Basingstoke beating Hereford here last week 3-1, and Slough with that 4-1 away win to St Ives on Tuesday evening. So just got the referee just chatting to the captains here at the moment. We're standing up for today's broadcast. It's just a little bit more space here, so just it's nice and quiet and warm. It's nice to be in a press box for once. So there you go, and it's we're just waiting for, just like Slough have got the kick off, and Slough will be shooting from left to right for this first half. And it's Manny Williams who's standing over the ball here, just waiting for the referee to get the game going. As It's just waiting for. I'm just waiting for the linesman to get into place. That's what we're waiting for. It's a little bit early. Nice to have a nice early referee for once. He likes to kick off early. He's just waiting for 3 o'clock, I think. Go on, is there? Oh, he's trying to start it. He's not. Go. Come on, referee. That's it. Well done. And the ball played here to Davies. Out towards Warren Harris, just inside the Basingstoke half. Back into Sean Fraser, who finds Davies again. Davies has time to turn on the ball. And looks to play the ball down the line for a chase there, and it's come off the leg of Bennett first. It's a throw to the Rebels, level with the 18-yard box of the Basingstoke half. And Scott Davies is the player who will go across to take this throw for the Rebels. And it's just waiting for a ball to come in. It's a quick throw in here towards Sean Fraser. Fraser's got time here to put a quality cross in. Puts a good cross in, headed away well. Flicked off the head of Nisbet to Dunn. Dunn playing the ball forwards, and it's good goalkeeping there by McCadden. He gets to the ball first before Manny Williams. And he immediately rolls the ball out here to the left back Bennett. And Bennett plays the ball forward. Little flick on there. Oh, Nisbet's made a mistake. Starts in. It's a goal already for Basingstoke. It's in the first minute. A mistake by Mark Nisbet allows Sam Smart to ghost in at the back post. And in the first minute, it's Basingstoke 1, Slough Town 0. Not the start that the Rebels wanted. And you knew that that was going to happen. Basingstoke with this fantastic away performance. Mistake by the new centre-back pairing of Nisbet and Day. Nothing that Day could do about it. It was all down to Mark Nisbet. Didn't get enough touch on the ball. And it's gone out to a goal for Sam Smart. And that's his 18th goal of the season. And Slough, not with the best of starts there. As people just trying to come into the commentary box. And the ball here now with Davies. Davies stripping over on the far hand side, looking for Dobson. Well headed away by Demuria. Comes out here to Bunting, and Bunting does well against Wells too. Ball comes off Bunting last. It's a throw to the Rebels. Quick throw by Slough. Flicked on by Dobson, only as far as Demuria, but Dobson blocks his ball forward. Demuria has to chase the ball back, and under pressure it comes off Demuria last for a throw to the Rebels. And it's taken quickly. Ball bounced in. Simon Dunn tries to get there. Demuria clears only as far as Wells. Wells with the ball played in. Hooked clear by Kennedy. And this time on Nisbet again, not with the best of headers, and Davies has to come and rescue the Rebels with a ball back to the goalkeeper, Jack Turner, who's chased down by Smart. Long kick here by Turner, headed away by the right back Leggett, only as far as Dobson. Dobson cuts inside, just gets caught there. Referee says no foul. Clearance only hit Simon Dunn, the ex-Basingstoke player, and he tries to run through there and hold in the ball, but it's come out here with Collier. Collier chipping the ball forward, looking for the run of Smart. Nisbet cuts it out this time with his chest. Plays it across here towards Davies and out here towards Sean Fraser. Fraser's got a lot of space here and can find Warren Harris. Harris just crosses the halfway line and just cuts back out here towards Fraser. Fraser has the ball and switches it to the far hand side, looking for Wells. Wells takes it down on his chest just across the halfway line, back towards Nisbet. Nisbet now looks forward. Basingstoke back in numbers here. Ball chipped forward, looking for the run of Manny Williams in the corner there, and Manny will try to get there. Keeps it in, does he? It's come off Manny Williams last and is out of play for a goal kick. So if you've missed it, if you're late coming on here today, it's terrible news for the Rebels. They're 1 down already. Goal in the first minute of the game, and it's not the start that Slough wanted, but first effort of the game on target, and Basingstoke had the goal with the Slough fans behind the goal making a bit of noise, and the ball just comes around. It comes off a Slough player. It's out of play, and it's going to be a throw to Basingstoke on the halfway line, which the right back Leggett will take, and his throw comes in, played down the field. It's headed away by Nisbet. One back though in the centre there by Kennedy, but only as far as Nisbet, who plays the ball forwards, and it's come back here towards Davies. Just launches the ball down the field. Ben Harris with his first touch of the ball, can't win the header, and it comes in here towards Collier. Spread out to the left back Bennett. Bennett just cuts back inside here and then plays the ball in. It's flicked on by Kennedy and finds Atkinson on the far hand side. 10 yards inside the Slough half. Atkinson with the ball. Turns away from the ball, overruns it. Dunn gets there first, and it's a foul on Simon Dunn. Neil Humphrey said he's just turned in and there's already one down. Yes, not the best of starts for the Rebels here this afternoon. It was a good goal, but again, Mark Nisbet with a mistake here. He doesn't like this ground. He got sent off here last year, and Slough tried to take a kick quickly for the free kick. It's taken by Turner behind Dobson and out of play. It's gone out of play for a throw to Basingstoke, which Leggett takes. He gets the ball back, and then Nisbet heads the ball away here. And Dobson keeps the ball in, but Slough again, no one challenging for the ball. Free header there for Collier. Finds Atkinson. Ball over the top, looking for Smart to chase, but it's all the way through there to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And Turner has the ball in here. Long ball down the field here, looking for Dobson up against Liggett. Dobson turns and will try and keep the ball in. Comes down that left-hand side. He's got a couple of players in the box. Finds Manny Williams. It's a great stop. It comes out and Slough have equalised. And it's Ben Harris with the goal. So this game is starting to be a bit of a game here. Ben Harris with his 6th goal of the season. And the first effort came from... And now the Slough fans making a bit of noise behind the goal. The ball came in from James Dobson there down the left-hand side. He did well to get to the byline, crossed his ball in. It found Manny Williams. He forced a good save from the goalkeeper, Cole McAdden. But there the ball fell kindly to Ben Harris. And from a couple of yards out, this time fires the ball into the net. And it's 1-1 here at the Camrose. And immediately the game kicks off. Ball played in for Bunting. Bunting's ball cut out well by Nisbet. And Nisbet under pressure from two Basingstoke players, gives the ball to Wells. Wells will go back to the goalkeeper Turner. Turner under pressure from Smart, has to play it out on. He's put it straight out of play. Not Jack's normally good with his kicking, but he's been a bit poor today. He's just the second ball that he's kicked straight out. And the throw's taken quickly in towards Collier, towards Atkinson. Atkinson does well, turns past Dunn, runs with the ball. Still running with the ball here. Plays the ball in, looking for Smart, but that's got too much on it and runs through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. It's quite difficult here because we've got the Basingstoke people doing their commentary as well. Ball from Jack Turner now goes to Wells. Wells with the ball played forwards in towards Simon Dunn. Demurray cuts the ball out for Basingstoke in towards Kennedy. Finds Collier. Collier with the ball in towards Smart. Smart turns well, but Davies is back there for the Rebels to cut that ball out. And it goes all the way back to Jack Turner. This time Turner with a better kick down the field. Aimed towards Ben Harris, who does well to flick the ball on, but there's no one there to chase it. And it's tidied up by Leggett, who heads it to Cole McAdden in the Basingstoke goal. So both teams have had one shot on target. Both teams have scored. If it goes on like this, it could be a great game. Ball comes through here, and it's a foul by Simon Dunn on Collier. 10 yards inside the Basingstoke half. And quickly taken here, looking for Bennett on the left hand. Oh, hits him on the shin. And Fraser comes across with the challenge. Comes off the Basingstoke player last, but referee says it's a throw to Basingstoke, which Bennett will take. And Bennett's throw comes in quickly here. Comes back out to him from McKnight. Ball still here with Bennett. Crosses first time. Headed away by Davies and finds Collier. Collier hits the ball straight at Simon's Dunn face. Referee lets the game carry on. This time Matt Day's there to head the ball away. And it's a little cushion header into the path of Dobson. Dobson overruns the ball. It's back here with Collier. Collier with the ball in. Lovely little touch there by Kennedy, finding the right back leg. First time cross. It's too close to the near post, and it's taken by Jack Turner, and he rolls the ball out here trying to find Warren Harris down this near hand side. Kennedy comes across, finds Manny Williams. Williams beaten to the ball by Bayliss, and Bayliss brings the ball forwards. Oh, Bayliss still running with it, plays it into Smart. Smart I think would have been offside, but it ran through to Turner in the Slough goal anyway. Slough just very careful here. Basingstoke like to bring the ball out. The two centre backs have both shown that so far today, that they like to bring the ball out, and it's here with Day. Long ball by him, that's too long, and goes all the way through to the goalkeeper McAdden. We will try and keep you up to date with the scores from the other games as well. It's McAdden just being chased down by Ben Harris, and finds Demurray on the far hand side. Chased down again by Harris. It's flicked on by Kennedy. Lovely one touch football here by Basingstoke. Finds Bunting. So now appealing for a handball, but it's actually a throw here to Basingstoke Town. We will try and give you the scores from the other games in a second. But just wait for this throw to come in on the far hand side by Leggett. And his throw finds Collier. Collier just closed down a little bit by Simon Dunn, and the ball chased back here by Bennett, and plays it back towards the goalkeeper McAdam, and under pressure plays the ball forwards, and it's out here though to Sean Fraser. Fraser into Scott Davies. Davies first time touch in towards Williams. Lovely touch. Plays it in towards Simon Dunn. And Dunn's ball on the far hand side comes to Wells. Wells into Ben Harris. Gets the ball back here towards Wells. Tries to go through. Good save by tackle there by Demuria, sorry. And Jack McKnight robbed of the ball by Dunn. Played forwards and now have it back here with James Dobson. Dobson plays it down the line. Comes into the centre to Warren Harris. Scorer of that cracking goal on Tuesday. In towards Williams. Trying to ghost his way through. Collier plays it back towards the goalkeeper. And it's cleared by the goalkeeper. And Day wins the header, but it comes through here to Nisbet, heads it across to Sean Fraser. Fraser under pressure from Bunting, plays it high into this. Poor header there by Hollier. Finds Warren Harris. Harris has got Sean Fraser on the overlap here. Fraser brings it in towards Warren Harris. Harris turns back out here towards Fraser. Fraser's got time to cross the ball. Puts a good cross in. Demur is there to head the ball away. It's on the edge of the area. Cleared on the 18 yard by Collier. So now trying to win it back with Davies. Two Basingstoke players tackle each other. And the ball comes out here towards Dobson. Dobson cuts inside. Central position for Dobson. Kind of cut through a couple of players. Still running with the ball. He's got Sean Fraser here if he needs him. Finds Fraser just trying to play it in towards Dobson. Loses it. And Slough win it back here though with Davies. Davies has got plenty of time on the ball. And finds Dobson again on the right hand side this time. He's going to cross it with his left foot. Headed away by Bayliss. Only as far as Davies. Little flick by him. Controls the ball. And finds Sean Fraser. Fraser under pressure. Finds Warren Harris. Warren Harris playing a little bit further up front. Plays it to Dobson. First time touch. Looking for the run of Dunn. Dunn gets into the box. Slips. And Bayliss has time to recover. And play the ball down. Bunting with the header on. Looking for Smart. Wells is there. But Smart gets better side. He's going to shoot from distance. It's a good effort, but it's just wide of the goal. And again, it's now got to be careful of that. Smart showing his pace down that right hand side. And George Wells just couldn't get close enough to him. And Smart has a go at the goal, but it's a goal kick here with Slough. Taken towards Nisbet. Played out here towards George Wells. Wells just 5 yards inside the half. Plays a little 1-2 with Harris. Harris continues to run on, but the ball's gone straight out of play and out for a throw on. So 12 minutes and played, 1-1 here at the moment. Chesham Weymouth is 0-0. We've got a goal for Banbury. Banbury 1, St Ives 0. There's the ball here with Sean Fraser. Got time to bring the ball forward here as Fraser. Just needs a little option. Davies has come deep to collect the ball. And then crosses it into the far post. It's won by a header, goes across the 6 yard box, and it's hooked clear by Bayliss. And it's a throw to the Rebels on that far hand side. And I think two Slough players just collided there, and it's Dobson down injured. See if we can find you some scores from the other games in the Southern Premier League here. Dobson's back on his feet, but he's hobbling a little bit here. We're going to see if we can find you some latest scores for you. It'll be a long throw coming in from Scott Davies. Once he finally gets the ball. Ball just gone out of play. Guy Hollis on the bench obviously for the Rebels this afternoon. So the throw will come in from Davies. Again, the ball's just been wasted here. It's just hit the floodlight. And we'll just keep you an eye on the game here for a second while this long throw comes in from Scott Davies on this about 10 yards away from the corner flag. Long throw into the box. Comes off the head of Kennedy. And Mark Haddon has to just touch it over the bar. Latest scores in the Southern Premier League are Banbury 1, St Ives 0. It's Biggleswade 1, Merthyr 0, Chesham 0, Weymouth 0, Dorchester 0, Royston 0, Dunstable 0, Hitchin 1, Farnborough 1, Stratford 0, Hereford 0, Gosport 0, Kettering 1, Frome 0, Kings Langley 0, Tiverton 0, Redditch 0, Kingsland 0, St Neots 0, Bishop Stortford 0. Those are your latest scores from the Southern Premier League at the moment. As the corner comes in, it's been cleared again. And it's a second corner for the Rebels. They're just headed away. And Matt Day has gone forwards for this one. And Dobson to take another in-swinging corner here for the Rebels. And played it in again. Doesn't beat the first man, only as far as Bayliss. Back out though by Davies towards Dobson. Dobson plays it in again. Bayliss with the clearance. Back out here towards Davies. Davies just runs past McKnight, chipping the ball forwards for Nisbet, but Nisbet can't catch that one. And it's out of play for a goal kick. So just 15 minutes gone here at the Camrose. It's 1-1 at the moment between these two sides. Goal in the first minute for Basingstoke by Sam Smart, and the equaliser from Ben Harris on 6 minutes. It'll be McAdam that takes this goal kick to get this game back underway. And it's going to be a long kick down the field here for Basingstoke, aimed at Bunting. Flicks the ball on to Smart. Smart with some control here, comes across against Fraser, or slips, but still manages to keep hold of the ball. Fraser trying to stay with him, and Fraser does win the ball off him, plays the ball down here towards Warren Harris. Harris played it in, looking for the run of Manny Williams, and Ben Harris has gone down. It's his hamstring. It's the same injury that he had, that he's just come back from. Yeah, Ben Harris just come back from that hamstring injury. As he slid in there, he was immediately pointing to his hamstring, and you will see a substitution for the Rebels. He's not going to last. It will be Perry Coles, I think, coming on. It's yeah, he's already signalling it's going to be a substitution on the far hand side, and it looks like it will be Perry Coles will be the player coming on, and it's he's got one of those little plastic strips that you get on the back of a foot, you know, the kind of thing. He's got that on there just for his hamstring. Apparently Ben Harris hasn't had a hamstring injury in his career, and looks like he's just come back. He's a little bit disappointed, is Ben Harris, but and he's got 3 goals in 3 games since he's come back, but straight down the thing here, and Ben just being told to put some ice on it there. I think his reaction's a little bit of disappointment there for the injury that he's got, and Slough kindly give the ball back here, and it's I'm just trying to find where the substitution is, and they haven't made the substitution yet. That's why. This ball's here with Demuria, plays it across here towards the goalkeeper McAdam, and has the ball here and turns it in towards Atkinson. Atkinson picks it up on the 18-yard box and plays it out here towards Leggett. Leggett wearing gloves here this afternoon. Ball for Bunting to chase, but it's got too much on it and goes through to the goalkeeper Jack Turner. And Turner will take this goal kick. Slough temporarily down to 10 men here at the moment. Substitution not been made. And it's a long kick by Turner, dressed in green, looking again for Dobson. Just gets a little push in the back from Leggett. And it's out of play. And here's the substitution for you. And Perry Coles comes on 18 minutes. And Coles replaces the departed Ben Harris. So Slough's goal scorer has come off the pitch. And it's we're just waiting for a throw to come in on the far hand side. And it's a long throw, flicked on well by Bunting, and McKnight heads it on, headed away though by Nisbet. Dunn tries to flick the ball on, but it comes through to Collier. Collier plays it ball down, but it's cut out by Wells. Wells now has the ball and chips it forwards, looking for a run. Murray puts his head towards it. Dunn tries to get there first, and does well to win it, but the two players, Slough players, tackle each other. Ball over the top here for Bunting to chase. Nisbet's there for Slough. Good defending by the Slough captain, but the ball only finds McKnight, and his ball inside finds Atkinson. Back into McKnight. McKnight just runs through a couple of challenges, finds Smart on the left hand side. Still has the ball. Crosses first time. It's a good cross, but Turner comes out to the ball and grabs that one there. Will wanted to know what's wrong with Togwell. I think it is literally just a tactical thing where he's just rested. Oh, McAdam just takes the ball on his 5. Williams tries to get there. So now putting Bayliss under pressure with Coles, but he finds Bennett well. Good play there by the centre back there. And Bennett in towards Collier. Collier has a bit of time and space on the ball and plays the ball, but it's cut out well by Davis, and ball played in, looking for Manny Williams. Williams on the edge of the box, up against Demuria. Demuria still taken away. Manny Williams tries to get there, crosses it to the back post. It's got too much on it. Coles will try and get there for the Rebels and will play in here towards Dobson. Oh, a little poor ball, and Dobson has to challenge to get the ball. In fact, Basingstoke have won the ball back here with Atkinson, and gets the ball back out here towards Leggett on the overlap. But Simon Dunn's there for the Rebels, and just plays Davies Wells into a bit of problems there, and he's just caught there. It's a free kick to the Rebels. So 20 minutes gone here at the Camrose. It's still Basingstoke 1, Slough 1. All the goals coming in the first 6 minutes. Ball played out here now towards Fraser. Fraser's got plenty of space and time to bring the ball forward. He just needs a bit of an option. Davies is his option. Lovely little ball behind, looking to find Warren Harris. Bennett does well to cut the ball out, and then turns and brings the ball forward here down this left back position. Chips the ball forwards, but it's gone straight out of play for a throw to Slough Town, halfway inside their own half. So good afternoon to Will Tuck, Neil Humphrey, Rebel and Will Rees, who's listening in. It's a throw here for Slough from Sean Fraser to the debutant Matt Day. Day plays it across to his centre-back partner Nisbet. Nisbet finds Wells being closed down by Smart. Ball in here towards Davies. Non-look pass finds Matt Day. Matt Day just plays it out here to Sean Fraser. Fraser's got acres of space to run into here. Travelled 30-40 yards. Finds Manny Williams. Ball played out here towards Warren Harris. Harris down his near-hand side. Crosses, but it's caught well by McAdam in the goal. And it's throws the ball out. Ball played on here, looking for the run of Smart, but he can't keep hold of that. And out of play for a throw. So it's 1-1 here at the Camrose. Throw by Slough taken towards Jack Turner. Jack Turner's kicking not been the best here today. This one's a good one into the centre. Two Slough players go for the ball. It's won by Warren Harris. Passes it, but Williams wasn't there. It's come here towards Collier. And Collier just happy to hold the ball in towards Kennedy. Warren Harris chases the ball down, but it's back here with Leggett. Ball played forwards. Big cut out by Nisbet. In towards Dobson. Dobson, little flick, gives the ball away. Comes out looking for Smart. Smart trying to keep the ball down, but he can't keep it in, and it's out of play for a throw to the Rebels on the far hand side, halfway inside their own half, and it's taken by Wells. In towards Dobson, back towards Wells. Headed away though by Kennedy, and the ball played forwards, looking for Williams, but it will run straight out of play, and it's out of play for a throw to Basingstoke. 10 yards inside their own half. It's George Bennett, the left back, who will take this throw for the Dragons. And no, before you ask, they're not nicknamed after my wife. Flicked on here by Bunting. It's cleared by Scott Davies. Over the top, looking for the run of Manny Williams. Williams gets there first. He controls it well. McAdam comes out. He shoots. It's a good save by McAdam. And this time, unlike the goal, he manages to keep hold of the ball here. And it's a good save, but a chance for the Rebels. As the Slough fans making a little bit of noise behind that covered terracing here as McAdam takes his goal kick from his hands. Looking for Leggett. Leggett has a chance to try and control the ball in, but can't keep hold of it. It's out of play for a throw to Slough. It's on the far hand side. They're going to leave it for George Wells to take. Just going to see if we can find you. St Ives have equalised. It's Basingstoke 1, St Ives 1. And the ball headed away again. Bit of head tennis going here. Cole's trying to win the flick on. It's flicked on here over the top. Nisbet gets a touch to it. Matt Day heads the ball back towards his goalkeeper. There, it saves him doing some running. That's it. Dorchester is 0-0 at the moment. Dorchester versus Royston. As Turner's ball played in, looking for Dobson. Dobson keeps it in, but only finds Kennedy. Kennedy's ball hits George Wells. Ball played down, looking for the run of Coles. Coles here up against Demuria. Demuria trying to turn and play it in. Plays it down the line. It's going to come through to McKnight. McKnight's touch is heavy, but he manages to find Kennedy. Kennedy comes off his knee. Smart tries to out-jump Nisbet. Comes out here towards Kennedy, and Kennedy has time to play it towards Bennett. Bennett has inside his own half, back in towards Kennedy. Kennedy put under pressure by Dunn. Finds Bayliss. Bayliss chipping down the line, looking for Bunting. Headed away by Sean Fraser, and then Scott Davis plays it here to Day. Day will go back towards the goalkeeper. Turner under pressure from plays it on the floor towards Sean Fraser. Fraser first time touch, looking for Manny Williams. Williams up here against Bayliss. Finds Warren Harris. Chip down the line looking for the run for Coles. Coles up against Demuria, but Demuria's body sees it back towards the goalkeeper, McAdam. And it's through to McAdam. We'll just see if there's any more updates that we can give you. Kettering still 1-0 up. As the ball played up here. Flicked on by Bunting. Matt Day will chase that one. We've got Sam Smart with him. Little touch back towards the goalkeeper. Turner again. Turner high into the night sky here. Bunting wins the header, but only as far as Day. Day's ball cut out well by Collier, just inside the Slough half, and plays it on the far hand side. Looking for the run of leg it, and he would literally have to leg it to get there. He's got no chance of that. It's out of play for a goal kick to the Rebels. We'll see if we can find you some latest scores from the other games. Redditch 0, Kings Lynn 0 as a latest. And we'll see if it comes up in a second. It's going to be a goal kick for Jack Turner to take. And turn this time with a kick aimed again towards Coles. It's flicked on by Dobson. And in fact, Demur is judged to have fouled Coles, so it's a free kick to the Rebels around about halfway inside the Basingstoke half. And now the Slough fans make some noise behind the goal. It's going to be James Dobson standing over the free kick, just getting some instructions from Coles on what needs to be played in. Davis is standing lateral to him, as the referee just marks out 10 yards for Bennett to stand. Dobson in his silvery white boots on the far side to take it. And it's a good 35 yards away from goal. Puts a bit of whip on it. It's a good ball, but McAdam under pressure does well to keep hold of that ball. It's a good save by the goalkeeper, actually. Good clutch in the air. And he's done well there. And he has the ball in his hands, just waiting for his Basingstoke teammates to get a little bit further up the field. And takes this goal kick from his hands. Floodlights have come on. Matt Day wins the header for Slough, goes straight out of play for a throw. And it's almost halfway inside the Slough half. Bennett will take it, the left back. And he's just trying to plays it to Bunting. Bunting takes it down on his chest, runs it heavy. He comes off Warren Harris for another throw. And again, Bennett will be the player that takes Atkinson, comes short to it, but Bennett's still going to try and find Bunting. Bunting takes it down on his chest again. Plays a lovely little ball in here towards Atkinson. Here towards Bennett. Bennett cuts inside. Crosses with his right foot. And it's left by George Wells into the arms of Jack Turner. And Turner will just wait. It's Dobson making his space down the left-hand side. It's over his head. Headed away well by Demuri. And it's covered well by Dan Collier in that centre midfield position. Chipped forwards here by Leggett to find Kennedy. Kennedy flicks the ball on immediately, and Nisbet hits this high into the evening sky or afternoon sky, takes a deflection off Bunting and finds Sean Fraser in the right back position. Under pressure from McKnight, plays the ball forwards. Bayliss is there to head the ball away, but it will come through to Manny Williams. Williams takes it on his thigh. He's got Simon Dunn near him, but plays it out towards George Wells. Wells now will bring the ball forward. Sam Smart trying to bring him with him, but he plays it out here towards Dobson. Dobson's first time cross, headed away by Bayliss. On the edge of the box is McKnight. Plays it out here towards Bennett, and Bennett clears down the line, only as far as Fraser. Oh, good touch by Fraser in towards Warren Harris, but Harris's touch let Fraser down. It comes off. Surely it came off Sean Fraser, but it's a throw to Slough, taken quickly by Fraser, in towards Dunn. Ball played in towards Manny Williams. Williams trying to chip the ball down here. Slough looking for a handball, and the referee gives a free kick against Slough for a handball. And it's a free kick to Slough. It's about 15 yards away from the goal, but it is quite close to the side touchline. And again, it's Dobson who will come across to take this one. Good afternoon to Stephen Delaney, who's listening. We'll try and give you a update on the other scores in the Southern Premier League. It's 10 yards away from the 18-yard tram line. I can tell you that because that's where the one-man wall's standing. Again, it's Dobson standing over this. Free kick for the Rebels. Around about 16 yards away from the goal. Takes it with some power. Goes towards the goal, and again, Slough go and get a touch on it. It's a really good ball into the box. All it needs is a touch. Unfortunately, it doesn't get a touch, and it goes through to the goalkeeper, McAdam. Hitchin have got... it's... Hitchin, who are now 2-0 up in their game away to Dunstable. And the ball here with Demuria on the far hand side. Played in, Slough trying to steal it back. It's here with Bayliss. Dobson has just stayed on the right hand side. Dunn wins the ball back and finds Scott Davies. Davies trying to play it in, but it's won back here by Basingstoke, and George Wells comes across to get a touch on it. It looks like they've targeted Sean Fraser with Bunting playing on him. Smart wins the flick on there, but it's going to go all the way back to Jack Turner in the Slough goal and rolls it out here towards Bunting. It looks like Basingstoke have put Callum Bunting, when the ball goes forward, to put him on Sean Fraser, smallest of the players at the back, and it's here with Atkinson. Gives the ball away to Manny Williams inside the Basingstoke half. Comes here towards Dobson on his wrong foot. He's going to try and get it on his left foot. Curls the ball, but it's blocked there by Basingstoke, and it's an easy save for the goalkeeper. Rolled out here to Kennedy. Played forwards, nicked by Nisbet. Nisbet still has the ball. Plays it here towards Dobson. Dobson still on the right hand side. Taken off him by Atkinson, but it goes out of play for a throw to Slough down this near hand side. Sean Fraser will come down and take this throw and finds Davies. Davies has got a bit of space here and plays it out to the centre back and captain Nisbet here towards Day. Day just passes it out to Sean Fraser. Fraser looking for the run of Manny Williams. It's been called by McAdden and it falls to McAdden. And Slough trying to get behind the Basingstoke back line here, but too far up the field. Ball played down the field here for Bunting to chase on the right hand side, up against Wells, and Wells just gets his body in the way, and Wells finds Simon Dunn with the clearance down the line, but it's going to find Collier for Basingstoke. He's got plenty of time to cross the ball. Headed away though by Matt Day. His header will find Coles. Coles doesn't take the guess to touches, but then finds Warren Harris. And Harris has got space down this right-hand side to run. We've got Atkinson coming across, but finds a ball down the line here for Williams. Williams on the corner of the box. Got Warren Harris on the overlap if he finds him. Finds Warren Harris. Ball played in. Collier with the clearance. And it's a throw to the Rebels. Still 1-1 here at the Camrose. All the goals in the first few minutes. And Scott Davies will be the player that comes across to take this throw. And again, it's a long throw from around about 15 yards away from the corner flag. In fact, he takes it quickly towards Matt Day. Day takes a touch, plays it back in here towards Davies. Davies trying to play it down the line, but it comes off Bennett. It's another throw. And this time Davies throws the ball into Manny Williams on the edge of the 6-yard box. Tries to hold it up, but it's taken off him well by Bayliss. And Bayliss looking for the ball for Bunting. Headed away by him to Nisbet. Smart will chase the ball. It comes through to Turner on the edge of his box. Turner just turns away. Oh, and his ball is poor. It's come through to Bunting. Bunting's got a chance to bring the ball forward. He's going to try and play it into Smart, but it's not the best of balls. He wasn't sure whether to play the ball in or try and lob the goalkeeper. It was a poor ball, and now the ball's here with Fraser. Plays it in towards Davies. Has continued his run well. Oh, just Dally's on the ball. It's one back here though with Atkinson, but Slough win it back here with Simon Dunn. Finds Warren Harris. Back in towards Fraser. Fraser under pressure. Goes back towards his goalkeeper. This game's a bit bitty here at the moment. Neither side really putting a stamp on this first half after a frantic first 20 minutes. And the ball's here on the far hand side with Wells. Wells in a further forward position. Needs to cross the ball in. Hits it. It's a poor ball. It comes out here though towards Coles and gives it back here towards Wells. Wells got Dobson on the outside if he needs it. Wells will look to get to the edge of the box. Still running with it. Trying to get down the byline and get a cross in. It's got too much on it. It's out of play for a goal kick. It's a goal for Hereford. Hereford have taken the lead at home to Gosport. Hereford 1, Gosport 0. It's Stratford are 3-1 up at Farnborough. Ball's here with Fraser. Fraser in towards Simon Dunn. Dunn finds Wells. In towards Dobson. Dobson needs to be a bit further forward. Finds Manny Williams. Williams turns inside a central position. Still running with the ball. It's tackle there. And it's a good tackle there by Kennedy. It's ball's come here. Sorry, by Collier in towards Kennedy. Oh, this time Nisbet does cut it out. He didn't do that for the goal. This time he's there to cut the ball out and has the ball in here towards Davies. Davies trying to take too much time on the ball. Finds Simon Dunn on a central position, but he's played it forward, looking for Dunn to continue his run. Tries to get to it before Collier. Collier gets there first, and that ball is going to go out of the grounds. And it's down by some garages, so if you are around about the Basingstoke garages down that far end, please go and get the ball. It's Once the ball comes in, it'll be a long throw for the Rebels to come from them. It's Chesham United 0, Weymouth 2. And it's Scott Davies to take this throw. Level with the 18-yard box here of Basingstoke Town. And he's just urging his teammates to get into the box. Long throw by him. Headed on by Nisbet, but he heads it the wrong way. It goes straight out of play for a goal kick. And we're coming up to 35 minutes of the game. It's still 1-1 here at the Camrose. And just waiting for McAdam to take this goal kick here. Quite an overcast day here at Basingstoke. The floodlights are already on here. And the game's just turning a little bit scrappy here these last 15 minutes. And Bunting wins the flick on. It comes through to Smart, who keeps the ball in and finds Bennett. Bennett with the ball down in towards McKnight. McKnight trying to flick it on. Sean Fraser on his knees really gets hold of the ball. It's played through by Matt Day, but straight out of play and out for a throw to Basingstoke Town. It'll be taken by the left back Bennett, halfway line. Plays again, looking again for Bunting. Headed away by Warren Harris, in towards Perry Coles. Coles finds Davies. Davies' ball is poor. It's cut out here by Bayliss, and Bayliss has time to play a really good ball into the feet of Bunting. Bunting turns, does well to have the ball. Plays it in here towards Atkinson. Atkinson's got Leggett on the right hand side if he needs it. Tries to bypass him, and again it's a ball behind the defence, and again he has to leg it to not get it. And it'll be a goal kick to the Rebels here. And a rather quiet game since the first 20 minutes, where it's lots of action, and now it's just descending into a bit of a scrappy contest. It's still 1-1. It's Jack Turner to take this goal kick for the Rebels. Aims again towards Dobson, but Demurray is beaten to the ball by Dobson. Comes in towards Coles. Coles' touch finds Davies. Davies playing on that far hand side, gives it to Dobson. It's a bit of a short ball, and Dobson just got caught there. And in fact, both number 7s are down injured here at the moment. And yeah, both number 7s are injured, and immediately Slough sends some subs down. And it was a poor ball by Scott Davies. Actually, he sold him both short. Both slid in to get the ball. And it's both players are down injured here at the moment, so I'm going to try and see if I can find you some other scores from the other games in the Southern Premier League while both players are getting some treatment. We will keep our eyes on that situation as it happens as well. So let's have a look to see what we can find for you. Hitchin are now 3-0 up away to Dunstable. Let's have a look. It's Farnborough 1, Stratford 3. Let's have a look and find out if we can find you some things. Why has it not got updates here? Here we go. Right. And both players are fine. They're on the pitch. They've been treated. They will just wait to come on the pitch in a second. Latest scores for you. It's Banbury 1, St Ives 1, it's Basingstoke 1, Slough 1, Biggleswade 1, Merthyr 1, Chesham 0, Weymouth 2, Dorchester 0, Royston 0, Dunstable 0, Hitchin 3, Farnborough 1, Stratford 3. It's Hereford 1, Gosport 0, Kettering 2, Frome 0, Kings Langley 0, Tiverton 0, Redditch 0, Kings Lynn 0, and St Neots 0, Bishop Stortford 0. Full range of games on today for the first time in a long time. And the ball's here with Jack Turner after it was given back after the referee stopped the game. Huge kick this time by Turner. Again aimed at Dobson. Comes off the head of Demurray, goes the wrong way. And Williams tries to get there. It's going to come through to Bayliss, who smashes that ball clear in towards Bunting. Cushion headed by him finds McKnight. McKnight looking just to play the ball in towards Smart. Well spotted by Nisbet, but only comes as far as Demurray. Demurray under pressure from Manny Williams. Turns inside of him. Has the ball, sells McKnight short, but finds Atkinson. Atkinson goes through. Davies has slid in for a free kick there, and it's a free kick here to Basingstoke. It's around about 30 yards away from the goal. And it's going to be Bennett and McKnight standing over this free kick. Slough with some defending to do here. And Smart's gone to the right hand side. That's Sam Smart for Basingstoke, not Nathan Smart. And it's Bennett and McKnight standing over this free kick. 35 yards away from the Slough goal. It's Bennett who takes the ball. It's going in. It's flicking around. It comes out here towards Demuria. Demuria up against Nisbet, right by the byline. Plays it back here towards Bayliss. His ball is blocked by Wells. It will come off Wells for a throw to Basingstoke. And it's going to be Bayliss that will take the throw. Around about 25 yards away from the Slough goal. Bayliss with a long throw into the box. Trying to find Demuria. Headed away. And then it's come off the head of Dunn. It comes through to Kennedy who shoots. It's blocked. Flying block there by Mark Nisbet. And it's gone out of play for a corner to Basingstoke. The referee just telling him which side he wants the corner to be taken. Surely it's going to be Bennett to come across to take this corner for Basingstoke. 1-1 here into the final 5 minutes of the first half. And Sam Smart just standing in front of the goalkeeper there, just getting a bit of pushing and shoving going on between Smart and the goalkeeper Turner. And we delay just get the feeling when this corner comes in, the referee will blow for a foul as Bennett takes this corner, goes towards far post. It's sort of the head of Demuria. I told you as soon as it came in that he would blow for a foul, and exactly what he does, he blows for a foul. You see that all the time. Every time that they team put someone on the goalkeeper, goalkeeper's so overprotected so far, and it's as soon as that ball came in, you knew that he was going to blow for a free kick, and that's what he's done. It's a free kick here to Slough inside their own penalty area. Jack Turner to take this kick again. Long time for Wells. Wells with a cushioned header into towards the path of Nisbet. Heads it backwards though towards Nisbet, and Nisbet has time. Played the ball forwards. Oh, it's a good ball in the end towards Dobson. Leggett wasn't in the best position. Ball played in, looking for Williamson. It's McAdam with a good firm jump again. It's now got to try and test the goalkeeper a little bit differently. He's claimed everything that comes into his box in the air, has McAdam. And then he plays a ball forwards here, looking for Bunting. Takes it on his chest. Fraser gets there first. When he finds Bennett. Bennett with the ball inside to McKnight. McKnight turns, trying to create a bit of space. Plays it in here for Smart, but Smart just didn't read it properly. And it's come through to Jack Turner on the edge of his Slough box. Long kick by him. Again trying to find Dobson, but Wells beaten to the ball by Demuria. Scott Davies heads the ball on, trying to find Warren Harris. Bennett under pressure manages to find Collier. Collier being chased down by Coles. In towards Bunting. Plays the ball back. Coles with the chase on. In towards Smart. Smart's offside. And poor running there by Smart, and now will take the free kick. I thought they were going to take it quickly, but they're not. And Day just put his hand on the ball to say, I'm going to take it from here, ref, and then took the free kick quickly. Here towards Fraser. Played down the line for Coles. Comes out here towards Scott Davies. Davies on his second appearance for the Rebels. Back towards the goalkeeper, Turner. Smart again chases the ball down. Oh, Turner almost slips and plays it back here towards Sean Fraser. Fraser in towards Matt Day. Day just bringing the time to bring the ball forward and passes a lovely ball out here towards Dobson. Dobson just chests it down and runs away from the left hand side. Comes centre position, chips it in, comes off Bayliss, looking towards Dobson. Dobson trying to get there first, and it's come out here with Bayliss, who can bring the ball out for Basingstoke. The centre back plays the ball down here towards Smart. Heavy touch by him, and Day can go back towards the goalkeeper. Turn to pressure. Turner this time clears the ball, and that's a much better kick by Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And it's a throw to Basingstoke on the halfway line here. Bennett to take it for Basingstoke. 1-1 here. We're into the last minute of normal time. There'll be added time for a couple of injuries, and the injury to Ben Harris. Headed away well by Fraser. In towards Warren Harris. Hooking the ball clear to Coles. Coles hits it, headed it backwards, only as far as Bayliss. Into path of Demuria. Out towards Leggett. He plays the ball down the field, looking for McKnight, but Nisbet's there with the header. Finds Simon Dunn, the ex-Basingstoke player, in towards Dobson. Slough penned in their own half at the moment. Finds George Wells. Wells chips the ball along, looking for Manny Williams. Holt takes it down on his chest, flicks a lovely little ball in here to Davis. Davis just turns away from McKnight and finds Nisbet. Nisbet finds it towards Fraser. Fraser's got Bunting chasing him down, and he's had to turn, but plays it back in here towards Davies. Davies chips a lovely lazy ball into the path of Wells. Wells has got a bit of space here. Crosses first time, looking at the back post for Warren Harris. He can't get there. Bennett gets there first, and he'll try and see it out, but Warren Harris gets to the ball, but his ball only finds Bayliss, and Bayliss with the clearance. It'll come through to Matt Day for Slough and finds Sean Fraser. Fraser now plays the ball down the field along for Coles. Coles releases Warren Harris. Harris crosses the ball, goes to the back post for a header by Williams, headed away only as far as Davies, takes a touch, controls it down, finds Wells. Wells has got a bit of space here to hit it, hits it hard and low. Oh, what a goal by George Wells. He does it all the time. This time though, instead of going across the goalkeeper, he hits it into the near post, and it's a goal for George Wells. And Wells with his fourth goal of the season for George Wells on 45 plus 1. And he's hit it from around about 20 yards out. Normally likes to strike it across the goalkeeper. This time he's gone near post, and it's 2-1 here to the Rebels. And the game needed a goal. It's just right on the stroke of half time. And it's kick off here with Basingstoke. And Bayliss slips as he plays the ball forward. Manages to get it up here towards Bunting. Bunting under pressure finds the right back leg in towards Collier. Collier immediately under pressure from Davies. Lovely ball in here to try and find McKnight. Wells, the goal scorer, hooks the ball away. Trying to find Williams. Demuria the header away. Flicks on by Kennedy. And it's headed away by Nisbet. Then Kennedy comes straight through the back of Davies there, and that's a free kick. And Davies is fine. He's just landed on the floor. And just as well it wasn't Matt Day, or that might have made a bit of an impression on the pitch. And it'll be a free kick to Slough, right on the arc of the centre circle inside their own half. Slough with this 2-1 lead here at the moment. Goals from, I could just see Matt Lynch sitting down the front there for the Rebels, on serving the last of his second suspension game. Ball played forwards, looking for Dobson, but it's come through to McAdam again. And he rolls the ball out here towards Bayliss. Bayliss come wide for his position, plays the ball down the field. It's an easy cut out here for Sean Fraser. Chips the ball down, looking for Warren Harris. Comes out here towards Kennedy. Kennedy bundled into by Fraser, and he's given away a free kick here. And Slough with some defending to do in these added time of this first half. It's Bennett that will take this free kick. It's around about 10 yards inside the Slough half. And Demuria has gone forwards along with Bayliss for this free kick. The ball comes in, headed away by Simon Dunn. Comes on the far hand side to Bayliss, up against Wells. He tries to turn and cross the ball in, but it's blocked by Wells, and Bayliss will take a throw into the box. He throws it in looking for Demuria. Demuria heads it up in the air and out of play, and it's a goal kick to the Rebels. So it's Basingstoke 1, Slough Town 2, and it's at half time here at the Camrose. It's half time. It's Basingstoke 1, Slough Town 2. And the game started with a cracking first 15 minutes with Sam Smart scoring on 56 seconds. First attack of the game. Little flick on by McKnight. Played through. Nisbet tries to get a foot to it. Doesn't get the best of touches to it. And Smart comes through and beats Jack Turner 1-on-1 to give Basingstoke the lead. Then on 6 minutes the goal was scored by Ben Harris, who equalised for the Rebels. And then the final goal of the first half on 45 plus 1 minutes comes from George Wells. And Wells with his fourth goal of the season. They all come from the fact that he hits them hard and low. This time near post. Beats McAdam. And it's going to be a good second half here. We'll go back with all that coverage. We'll try and find you all the scores from around the other games in the Southern Premier League for you. And just bear with us while we try and find those. And we'll give you some details of a couple of other things for you. For the Supporters Trust, just in case you do not know, that there is going to be a sponsored walk for the end of season. That will be the last home game of the season, in regular season that is. So that's the 28th of April. There will be a sponsored walk. There are two versions. There's a 13-mile, which is the half marathon route. It will follow the half marathon route of the new Slough half marathon that's coming back after 18 years away. If you don't want to do that, then there is a smaller route, which is around about 6.5 miles. And that will start at Salt Hill Park. If you want further details of that sponsored walk, you'll find that on the Slough Town Supporters Trust website. That's sloughtown-supporters-trust.co.uk. There's also a foot golf tournament. Now, at the moment, I believe that the foot golf tournament is in danger of not going ahead, but if you would like to enter a team again, go to the Slough Town Supporters Trust. It's held at Richards Park Golf Course, and foot golf, for those of you who don't know, is basically 18 holes on a much smaller size of golf course. We're not expecting you to kick a football 700 yards or anything like that. It's a much smaller size pitch. The longest hole is 160 yards. You have teams of 3, 4 or 5. The best 3 scores will count, and there'll be a trophy for the community people, which are people that don't play it professionally, and there'll be also a trophy for the professional sides. I believe that I know it's very difficult to believe, but there is actually a professional foot golf tournament, very much like normal golf tournament, in fact. And the gentleman who is the club pro down at Richards Park, who's Mark Scotchford, is apparently one of the top 10 best players of foot golf in the entire country. So even if you're not entering that tournament, it is always worth going down just to have a game of foot golf, bit of enjoyment, bit of football. What better way? And like I say, if you want details of that, on the Slough Town Supporters Trust.co.uk website. We're just going to see if we can find you a tweet with all of the half-time scores on it. Let's have a look at who we're playing. Who's playing who here today? Kings Lynn 0, Tiverton 0, Hereford are 2-0 up against Gosport, Kettering 2-0 up against Frome. It's Redditch 0, Kings Lynn 0. It's Farnborough 1, Stratford 4, Banbury 1, St Ives 1. Let's see what else we can find you for. Chesham 0, Weymouth 2. Just trying to find out what else we're kind of looking for here. We'll just wait for that tweet to come through. So if you do want to get in contact with us, you can do so either on Twitter, it's at MyFC Rebels Radio, or like many of you are on the chat bit. I don't know, do you call it a chat bit or do you call it a comment section? I don't know. But it's on the YouTube part there, and a few of you are on there, Rebel, just giving us the half-time details for those who have missed it or are late joining. And we will try and find you some half-time scores from not only the Southern Premier League, but also some games as well. Obviously, there's no Premier League this evening, so those of you who normally watch Match of the Day on a Saturday evening will need to find something else to do. It's Dunstable 0, Hitchin 4 is a half time, and I'll try and get all of those for you in a second. I'm just waiting for the things to come through. And there you go. So just those up and coming games for the Rebels. The next 3 games for the Rebels. On Tuesday evening, they're away to Weymouth. It's a 7:45 kickoff. Sorry. And it's going to be, I'm not sure if there's a coach going, because there is the Dave Carpenter funeral at the ground on that day. So we're not sure if there is a supporters coach going to that one. But we shall give you some details of those when we can. And just getting the last of these half-time scores for you. Just bear with us for a second as we try to get those as they come through. And Maidenhead losing at away to Ebbsfleet United. And I'm just going to shut the door here because they keep forgetting that. It's just see if we can find you some more of those half-time scores for you. So I can just see James Dobson's dad just enjoying one of the hot dogs here. Just got the tannoy announcer just doing a few things. I'm just going to wait a second.
Second prize goes to number 3133. Second prize for number 3133. And first prize goes to number 3047. That's first prize for 3047.
Okay, so we're just going to give you the scores from Sky Bet League 1 for you. It's Bradford 0, Gillingham 0, Bury 0, Wigan 1, Charlton 2, Plymouth 0, Fleetwood Town 1, Northampton 0, MK Dons 0, Blackpool 0, Peterborough 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Scunthorpe 0, Rochdale 1, Shrewsbury 0, AFC Wimbledon 0, and Southend 1, Rotherham 0. In Sky Bet League 2, it's Carlisle 0, Cambridge 0, Coventry 1, Grimsby 0, Crawley Town 0, Cheltenham 3, it's Exeter 2, Swindon 1, Forest Green Rovers 0, Mansfield 0. Luton Barnet is a 5:15 kickoff. It's Morecambe 0, Lincoln 0, Newport 0, Crewe Alexander 1, Stevenage 0, Colchester 1, and Wickham 0, Port Vale 0. In the Build Base FA Trophy semi-finals, these are the second legs of these equivalent games. Gateshead are losing at home to Bromley 1-0, so that's they're losing 4-2 to Bromley on aggregate, and it's Wealdstone 0, Brackley 0. And that's 1-0 to Brackley at the moment on aggregate. In the National League, we have Aldershot 1, Boreham Wood 0, Barrow 0, Dover 0, Dagenham 2, AFC Fylde 0, Ebbsfleet 1, Maidenhead 0, FC Halifax 0, Solihull Moors 0, Leighton Orient 2, Woking 0, Sutton 2, Chester 0, Torquay Guys is postponed. Tranmere was the early kickoff, they beat Eastleigh 3-1, Wrexham 0, Maidstone 0. In the National League North, it's AFC Telford 0, Darlington 0, Chorley 0, Boston United 1, Curzon Ashton 0, Tamworth 0, FC United of Manchester 1, Bradford Park Avenue 0, Harrogate 1, Grangebury Trinity 0, Kidderminster Harriers 2, Salford City 0, Northbury United got relegated on Tuesday evening 0, Blythe Spartans 0, Nuneaton York City was postponed, Southport 0, Alfreton 2, and Stockport 3, Leamington 0. In the National League South, it's Bath 0, Havant and Waterlooville 0, East Thurrock 0, Chippenham 1, Eastbourne 1, Truro 2, Hampton and Richmond 0, Braintree 0, Hemel Hempstead 0, Gloucester City 1, Hungerford 1, Welling 1, Oxford City 1, Dartford 0, St Albans 0, Pooltown 1, Weston 1, Bognor 0, and White Hawk 0, Concord Rovers 0. So those are the scores from those. I want to see if the full half-time scores for the Southern Premier League have come through. I think I'm literally just missing 2. Let's see if we've got some of those for you. Nice to see pictures of the Merthyr fans away to Biggleswade to make that trip down. Okay, so here are your half-time scores from the Southern Premier League this afternoon. Just waiting for the page to load. Okay, so it's Banbury 1, St Ives 1, Basingstoke 1, Slough Town 2. It's Biggleswade 1, Merthyr 1, Chesham 0, Weymouth 2, Dorchester 0, Royston 0, Dunstable 0, Hitchin 4, Farnborough 1, Stratford 4, Hereford 2, Gosport 0, Kettering 2, Frome 0, Kings Lynn 0, Tiverton 0, Redditch 0, Kings Lynn 0, and it's St Neots 0, Bishop Stortford 1. Those are your half-time scores from the Southern Premier League. And we'll have the second half for you very shortly. Like I say, if you are listening and you want to just have a shout out, if you're on the comment section of the page on YouTube, you can put your name on there, and you have to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. You just have to basically join up to YouTube, and you can come through and put some messages on. And if you're listening, and just say who you are, I'll give you a shout out this afternoon. A big shout out to Josh Jackman's parents. I met them on Tuesday night away to St Ives, and had a nice chat with them. Lovely people. And Josh not here today, unfortunately. And just seen the Slough management team are already in their dugout, waiting for the start of the second half, as they always do. They come out quite early just to let the players do the last few bits on their own.
The first prize is still unclaimed. It's
So if you've got ticket number 3077, you've just won the 50-50 prize here. So there you go. If you've got that, well done. Congratulations to you. And it's just waiting for some of the players just to come out here. Just waiting for the second half to start. And we'll give you all of the action in a second. Just trying to say if. And the Slough fans are already in place for the start of the second half behind the goal to our left. Hayes and Yedding are 1-0 up in their game. They're at second place in the league below. That's in the Southern Evestic Southern East League. And they're trying to get to automatic promotion 2 up from that league. And it's they're 1-0 up. They beat AFC Rushden in midweek with a good win at AFC Rushden to put them into second place. And don't forget, there is the clocks do go forward this evening at 1 o'clock in the morning. So if you're up at 1 o'clock in the morning, you're either a party animal, or if you're like me, you'll most be going for your 4th wee of the night. So just remember that the clocks do go forward later on this evening. So please bear that in mind. You get an extra hour of sunshine now that the summer is apparently here. Although if you look out of the press box window here at the Camrose in Basingstoke, it is a very grey and overcast afternoon even, whatever it is, afternoon, evening. We've got all the players who just started to come out for the start of this second half. So we're just going to wait for that. We're just waiting for the referee to come out here. Got to see if there's any substitutions for you at half time. Just going to check on the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, just 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it looks like the starting 11s will be like this. For Basingstoke Town, it will be Cole McAdden in goal. 2 is Tom Leggett. 3, George Bennett. 4 is Dan Collier. 5 is Guri Demura. 6, Dan Bayliss. 7, Michael Atkinson. 8 is the captain, Charlie Kennedy. 9, Callum Bunting. 10 is Sam Smart, who's the goal scorer. And 11 is Jack McKnight. For the Rebels, their starting 11 for the second half is Jack Turner in goal. 2, Sean Fraser. 3, George Wells, who got the goal just before half time. 4, making his debut, Matt Day. 5 is the captain, Mark Nisbet. 6 is Scott Davies. 7, James Dobson. 8, Simon Dunn. 9, Manny Williams. 16 is Perry Coles. And 11 is Warren Harris. And the substitution that Slough had early in that first half was Coles on for the injured Ben Harris. Fucking hell. And it's just waiting for this second half to start from the referee. Just Basingstoke to take the kick off here. Just waiting for the referee, Mr. Tristan Greaves, to get the game underway, which he does. And Basingstoke have the ball here with Bayliss. Immediately plays it down the field, headed away by Nisbet. It comes through to Scott Davies. Davies the ball out here to Sean Fraser. Fraser has the ball 10 yards inside his own half, chips it in, looking for Coles. Coles' little touch in towards Manny Williams. Doesn't fall kindly, falls for Warren Harris, who plays it in towards Coles. Coles beaten to the ball by Demuria, and Atkinson clears up and finds Bennett. Bennett trying to bring the ball forward. Warren Harris chases it down. Ball played on, looking for Bunting, but there's an offside flag on the far hand side. Well done, referee. And it's a free kick to the Rebels here. It'll be Jack Turner in goal to take this free kick for Slough. So halfway inside his own half. And as he looks to play it across here, looking for Dobson. Flicks the ball on here, and George Wells will come further down. Wells trying to keep the ball in, crosses it right by the corner flag. Ball played in, it's headed across, flips away by Bennett, then hooked clear in the end by Collier. Collier's ball goes straight out of play for a throw on the far hand side to the Rebels, levels with the 18-yard line. And Sean Fraser's going to go and take this one quickly in towards Simon Dunn. Gets the ball back to Fraser, cuts inside the ball, plays in here towards Davies chips the ball forwards, headed away by Bay, or not the best of headers, goes across the 18-yard box. Leggett gets a touch to it, but Slough just waited for the ball. Nisbet gets there in the end, but he comes off his wrong foot and goes straight out of play for a throw to Basingstoke, which Leggett will take. He's still got gloves on as Leggett. Plays it in here to McKnight. McKnight chips the ball forward. Back header by Nisbet from about 20 yards away from the penalty box, and it's rolled to Dak Turner. He rolls it out here to Fraser. Fraser's got some space here to play the ball out in towards Warren Harris. Heavy touch on this bobbly pitch, and then Fraser plays it down the line looking for Manny Williams. Williams tries to keep it in, but Demurio just sees him out of play there. It's Bayliss actually that's gone down with him, and Bayliss just on his haunches there, just got caught, but he's okay. And it'll be a throw to Basingstoke Town. What are they doing? Trying to take? I don't know who's taking the throw here. And Bayliss will take this throw. Level the 18-yard box of his own half. Long throw by him. Flicked on well by Bunting. Comes through to Davies. Davies' touch is poor. He goes straight out of play for a throw on the halfway line. Taken quickly by Bunting. Looking for Smart. Underneath it is Day. Day will get a second chance to play it down the field, only as far as Bunting. Bunting just runs straight into Simon Dunn. Dunn can bring the ball out, plays it all back out. Gets a 1-2 of a Basingstoke player. Then it's well cut down by Kennedy. In towards McKnight, but Davies gets there first and finds Dobson. Dobson with the ball to Wells. Played it out here towards Coles. Coles does well to hold the ball up. Keeps the ball in. Finds Dobson. It went out of play, did it? And the referee says it's a free throw on here to Basingstoke. And it came off Coles there for a throw to the Dragons. And Leggett takes the throw in. Dobson gets there first by getting his body in the way. It's flicked on well by Simon Dunn. In towards Williams. Finds Coles. Chipped on by Dobson. Looking for the run. But handball, referee. Come on. Ho, ho, ho. It's come off Bunting last. That was clear handball by Bayliss. I thought he was going to do a couple of alley-oops and sling it in a basket. It was basketball there. Ball comes through to Wells. Chips the ball down looking for Coles. Coles does well. Flicks the ball on here in towards Williams. Plays it into the middle where it's a touch off by Bayliss, so it stops the ball coming through. That is some really good defending by the centre-back for Basingstoke. They just got a really important touch here. Quick throw here by Slough by Coles towards Wells. Wells cuts inside, crosses with his first foot, blocked by Atkinson. Demury gets a touch, hooks the ball back out of play, and Slough with a good spell of pressure at the start of this second half. And Davies this time will take a throw into the box, and Slough will have a long throw in, just taking a quick drink. It's going to look like he was going to take it to Wells, but he's going to actually put a long throw into the box here. And it does take it short here towards Wells. Wells trying to burst through, trying to go past the challenge, but it's tackled by Atkinson. Atkinson's injured, but the ball comes through to Davies. Crosses in, far post, headed away. Coles, it hits him on the head, but he keeps the ball in on the far hand side. Crosses first time. Ball out of play. It's come across by Warren Harris, and it's gone out of play according to the referee. He's saying that the ball went out of play. The linesman didn't actually signal that decision. And McAdam slips as he takes the kick there, and Bennett can't keep it in. Bennett just kicks the ball away, much to on the blind side of the referee. Quick throw here by Slough towards Day. Has to take it down well, chased down by Smart, and then finds Nisbet. The ball just takes a bobble there on that centre circle bit. Ball's here with Nisbet. Finds George Wells just inside his own half, chipping the ball forward, looking for the run of Manny Williams. Williams up against Demora, keeps the ball well, hits it straight, and lucky ricochet for Slough come from Demurio. Demurio trying to chase the ball down. Dunn will try and get in across him, and that's really good defending by the centre back Demurio. He's been chased by two Slough players there. Plays it off Dunn for a goal kick, and Williams just Williams just had a word with the referee there, but it will be a goal kick. And just interesting that McAdam's taking it from, I was going to say, he's going to take it from the middle of the goal where it's quite slippery, and then decides to take it from the edge as he slips when he took it from the middle last time. Togwell warming up on the far hand side for the Rebels. His kick is poor. It comes out by Wells in towards Dobson. Wells gets the ball back into Wells, finds Dunn trying to play the ball in towards Warren Harris. He gets fouled there. The referee says play on. Ball's here with Dobson, and where's the advantage, Mr. Referee? There is no advantage. Ball's here with Leggett. Leggett plays the ball down, looking for Bunting, but it's headed on by Day. Dobson tries to get a touch through. Williams tries to ghost in on the far hand side. Demuria with the ball crossed through. Atkinson keeps the ball in. Well played. Poor clearance though by Leggett. Only finds Wells. Wells has got Warren Harris in the central position. Harris just running the ball over, just on the edge of the box. Still has it. Comes out and breaks kindly here though for Bennett. Plays it in. Oh, sold easily by Davis. And he gets caught by Collier. And that is a free kick to the Rebels. And it's a free kick here. Atkinson's down here injured for Basingstoke at the moment. So while he's injured, let's have a look and see if we can find you some latest scores. And Gosport have pulled a goal back. It's Hereford 2, Gosport 1. And St Neots have scored as well. It's St Neots 1, Bishop Stortford 1. Kettering have got a third. Kettering 3, Frome 0. Atkinson's back to his feet here. And it's like we'll see the first. Atkinson, is it? I was going to say the goalkeeper's coming off apparently. Okay, I think Gota is the player coming on 53, and it looks like Atkinson is the player who's come off. It did flash up number 1, which would have been interesting, but it's Atkinson the player off, and on for Basingstoke Town is Jordan Gota. And it's a free kick here for the Rebels now that substitution has taken place. It's around about 30 odd yards of goals away from the side here. It's James Dobson standing over this free kick. Got a one-man wall of George Bennett. Bennett just been told to go back further by the referee. And it is Dobson that takes it, chips the ball in. Looking for Williams. Oh, what a good goal that is. And Manny Williams haunts his old team. It's Manny Williams with the goal on 54 minutes. And it is second goal in a row for Manny Williams after scoring late on Tuesday evening. And that is goal number 13 for Manny Williams this season. And Slough have a 3-1 lead here. And it's a great free kick in by James Dobson from that free kick for a foul on Davies. And it was right in the right place. Goalkeeper couldn't come for it. And little Manny Williams, of all people, rises high and plants that header firmly into the back of the net to give Slough a 2-goal cushion here at Basingstoke Town. But the game will kick off immediately here with Basingstoke. Ball here with Collier. Collier's ball forward, easily headed away by Nisbet, only as far as Kennedy. Kennedy here towards Bennett. Bennett in a central midfield position. Day plays the ball forward. Bayliss with the header. Comes through here towards Dobson. Takes it down on his chest. Little cushion header by Collier. Flicked on by Bennett. Finds Bunting. Bunting headed on. Headed away by Nisbet. McKnight with a touch in. Bunting runs into 3 Slough players. Ball comes out here towards Davis. In towards Warren Harris. Just eases his body open to find the ball and finds Sean Fraser. Fraser across here to Matt Day. Day back out here towards Sean Fraser. 10 yards inside his own half. Chips the ball down the line. Looking for a forward run, but no one had made a run. It's gone through to McAdden in the Basingstoke goal. It rolls the ball out here to Demuria. His ball played in, finds Kennedy. Kennedy's got some space here to play the ball down, but it's well cut out by Wells, and he just gives the ball away here to Collier. In towards Bennett, again surrounded by 2 Slough players. Comes out here to the new left back Gota. Gota chips the ball down the line. Fraser's got no one chasing it, and has plenty of time just to see the ball out of play for a throw. Throws it back here towards Jack Turner. Smart decides not to close him down, and Turner has time here in that corner to play the ball down the field. Williams trying to hold the ball up here against Demuria. Oh, he does really well, does Manny Williams. Holds the ball up well. Evades the challenge, still has it, and the referee's going to bring it back for that foul by Gota on Williams. It's a free kick to the Rebels just inside the Basingstoke half. And Matt Day will be the player that takes this free kick for the Rebels. Takes it short down the line here towards Williams. Williams on the edge of the 18-yard box. It's got Dunn on the overlap if he needs to. Gives it, tries to give it to Dunn, but it's got too much on it. Seen out of play, and it goes out for a goal kick. So with 10 minutes of the second half gone here, it's Basingstoke 1, Slough Town 3. Slough scoring either side of half time, giving them that 2-goal cushion. as McAdam takes this goal kick, aimed again at Ward Bunting, takes it well on his chest, under pressure, finds Goater high into that night sky, headed away by Day. It'll come through to Williams. Williams holds the ball up really well again for the Rebels, just runs into Bennett though, and Bennett wins the ball back. And Slough trying to get it through, comes through here to McKnight. McKnight's first time to run at Slough players, but comes across his pitch, has the ball still here, finds Smart leaves it for Leggett crosses, it's not cleared properly by Davies, and in the end Wells comes across to clear for Slough and finds Dobson. Dobson, lovely ball into the path for Warren Harris. Harris running at Goater, goes past him. Bayliss comes across, and Bayliss beaten to the ball by Warren Harris. He's got 3 in the box. Crosses in here looking for Dobson. McAdam gets a really good hand to that one as Dobson swings on the bar. Ball gone out of play. It's a throw to the Rebels there. Good goalkeeping by the Basingstoke goalkeeper. Good important touch there, because that would have been a goal for James Dobson. Just got there before James Dobson, but seriously good play by Warren Harris down that near hand side. And Warren Harris, who scored a great goal on Tuesday. Throwing comes in from Wells, played in off Williams. It comes off Kennedy. Slough got a corner here now, and Dobson will take this one. And this will be an outswinging corner for the Rebels. And it's going to be Manny Williams to take it in the end. I can just see that Matt Lynch's parents are just sat in front of our commentary position here. Williams will be the player that comes. He's not even got that in the quadrant. That's terrible, Manny. I know Manny's old, but his eyesight's not that bad, surely. But we'll let Manny off because of his age. But it's a corner. he's gonna book him. Manny Williams gets his. That is Manny's first yellow card of the season. So first, I know that's crazy. Manny Williams gets a yellow card for not having the ball on the thing. So he gets a yellow card on 58 minutes, which means that Slough have now wasted plenty of time. Manny Williams gets booked for not putting the ball on part of the quadrant of the corner flag. So there you go, that's something that you don't always see. So Dobson now will take this corner. It'll be an outswinging corner here for the Rebels. Hit with some pace, goes through, comes away, comes out towards Manny Williams, in towards Dunn. Dunn's effort is blocked. Dunn will get there first though and finds Davies. Davies heading backwards, chips the ball forward. Lovely ball down the right hand side. Coles just can't get to it, and it's out of play for a goal kick. And I just wondering if Slough have a fine system for yellow cards, because second substitution for Basingstoke on the far hand side. Sam Smart off, and then Sam Deadfield is the player who comes on, and it's going to be the referee just being surrounded by the Slough Town players here who are just querying why Manny Williams has got a yellow card. I get the funny feeling it's for. I don't understand. It's not time wasting. It's just crazy. I really don't understand how he's got booked for that one. But there you go. He did get a booking, and McAdam takes this goal kick, headed away by Nisbet. Nisbet's flicked on by Williams, in towards Coles. Coles beaten to the ball by Bayliss. It comes to the left back, right back Leggett. Plays the ball forwards. This time won by Bunting. Bunting through. It comes through to Davis. Beaten to the ball here by Kennedy. Kennedy now plays it in, looking for the run of McKnight. But Matt Day just puts his body in the way, and boy, heck, that's a big body to put in the way, and he shields the ball out. We've got some goals from other games flying in at the moment. It's now Kings Langley 1, Tiverton 1. It's still Redditch 0, Kings Lynn 0, and Banbury 1, St Ives 1. Those are some of the scores coming through, but it's a goal kick here to Slough. We played over an hour of this game here now. Slough with a 3-1 lead. And Turner with this long kick down the field, aimed towards Coles. Coles beaten to the ball by Demura. Flicked on well. Come through here to McKnight. McKnight shields a challenge of Nisbet, but one back here by Scott Davies. Davies telling Dobson he wants him to run down the line. Instead, Coles chases the ball. Demura has to come across. Coles tries to get the ball, and Demura keeps it in, but Plays across here towards Bayliss. Bayliss under pressure. Passes the ball straight out of play here because Slough put in the pressure on here. And I haven't really seen Slough put the pressure on like this for quite a few games. It's going to leave the throw here to Davis. It's going to be a long throw into the box here. And they're actually going to leave it for Wells to take. Manny Williams is just free inside if he looks to find him. He does find Manny Williams. Williams takes the ball down, trying to shield it well. Manny Williams still got the ball here. Oh, lovely little field to go keep the ball. Finds Dobson. Dobson's under pressure from the substitute Deadfield. It goes past him, but Deadfield sticks his body in the way, and he plays it out of play for a throw to the Rebels. And Slough constantly keeping Basingstoke in their half. Ball here with Davies. Turns back out here towards Wells. Wells crosses first time. Too close to the goalkeeper, who drops the ball, and Slough tries to get there first. And what's the referee doing? That's a crazy decision by the referee there. It's Demuria and McAdam that collide for him to drop the ball. Coles just tries to get there, and the referee says that. So I don't know how it's a foul for Basingstoke, but it's a foul, and it's being played by McAdam. Looking for Bunting, flicks the ball on, tries to win the ball back. It's still here with Bunting. Just runs straight into Dobson. Ball comes here to Leggett. Hits Nisbet on the back. Finds McKnight. This time, Davies puts that high above our commentary position, and it's out for a throw to Basingstoke Town, just inside the Slough half, which Leggett, still wearing gloves, takes. Finds Deadfield. Back out here towards Leggett. Down the field. Hits it straight at Dobson, and Dobson plays it here towards Williams. Williams trying to find Coles. Coles gets a second touch here, and got Warren Harris wide if he needs it. Finds Warren Harris on the edge, coming down against Gota, trying to go around the outside of him. Gets a cross in. It's too close to the goalkeeper. No one was in there. And good play by Warren Harris, but unfortunately for the Rebels, they'd cut inside for a pullback. It's rolled out here towards Gota. Warren Harris chasing the ball here for Slough. Played in by him to Deadfield. Out towards Bennett. Bennett now playing in a midfield position after starting the game at left back. In here towards Collier. Oh, given the ball away by Davies. And now here with Dobson. Dobson just turns inside the centre circle. Holds the ball up. Trying to get a few more players forwards. Manny Williams playing left back here at the moment for Slough. Ball up here for Dobson, who's on the right hand side. Dobson on the edge of the ice. Why is he crossing so early for? There's no one in there. Ball comes through to Leggett, who's now being closed down by Williams. Plays the ball away. Davis is there first for the Rebels. Finds Wells in towards Davies. Flicks off back here towards Nisbet. Oh, Nisbet's ball is poor. Kennedy with the ball away. Comes through to Deadfield. Here towards Bunting. Bunting cuts inside his own half. Runs away. Gives it away to Dunn. Man on for George Wells. Good shout by me. And Wells plays it back towards the goalkeeper, Turner. And Slough trying to just keep the ball a little bit here with Turner on the edge of his penalty area. Waits for McKnight to come down and then plays the ball forwards over the head of Turner. Williams just looking at the referee saying, I've got a man with his hand in my back. It must be starting to rain here as the umbrellas start to go up. Cleared by McAdam. Comes through to Deadfield. Flicked on. Nisbet's there first for the Rebels. And it will come through to Leggett. He's got plenty of time. Takes it down on his chest. Played in towards Deadfield. Looking for McKnight. Cleared away by Nisbet. Then it's Collier with the header to find Bennett. Bennett in towards Collier. Trying to find Gota now on the outside. Does well to chest the ball down. 10 yards inside the Slough half. Trying to find Deadfield, but it's a great tackle by Day. And now Williams will chase the ball down. Goalkeeper comes out. Plays it out. And it comes through to Warren Harris. Oh, Harris just took a heavy touch. If he had an open goal to aim at. And it's cleared here by Collier for Basingstoke down this near hand side, but Coles comes in and steals it off Leggett. Coles just needs a little bit of help. Dobson is the player that's coming to help. Dobson, he plays it in behind Dunn, and then Bayliss, his touch isn't the best. The ball bouncing around, and finally it comes through to Basingstoke, who can clear with Kennedy. Played the ball in towards Bunting. Bunting just shields the ball well, turns inside the centre circle, hits it with the outside of his left foot. Well defended by Fraser, comes towards Warren Harris, in towards Nisbet, finds Dunn. Dunn under pressure, brings the ball out here to Dobson. Dobson flicks the ball forwards for Coles to chase. Demura will come across, and Coles chases it down, but it's played back towards McAdam. Again, they play it across the 18-yard box to Bayliss, now trying to put the pressure on here. Ball back out though here with Gota. Plays it in. It's a poor ball. It was won by Fraser, but Deadfield got a foot to it. Fraser wins it back, and it comes off Fraser last for a throw to Basingstoke, but the Slough dugout thought that was going the other way. And It's going to be a throw here for Basingstoke on the far hand side, just inside the Slough half, taken by Gota, in towards Bayliss, the centre back. Back out here towards Gota. Gota's got time to play the ball in towards Deadfield. Deadfield hits to the outside of his foot, trying to find Kennedy. Ball played in, it's come out to Leggett on this near hand side. Leggett tries to get a chance to take a shot, takes a shot, and it's off the... And Turner put the ball onto the crossbar. It's gone out of play there. Chance for Leggett, the right back, who's in acres of space down his near hand side. Absolutely acres. And a good save by Jack Turner. And I don't understand. It's the ball clearly came off Jack Turner last. It's clear. I really don't understand what's going on. Slough have got a goal kick. So Leggett with a shot. Jack Turner saves it, pushes it over the corner off the crossbar, and Slough get a goal kick. I don't think Mr. Greaves, the referee, is having the best of games here. That is one of the most atrocious decisions I think I've ever seen on a football field. Ball played forwards. Come here towards Dobson. Dobson being wrestled with Demuria. It comes off Demuria last. It's a throw to... it's crazy. I mean, first of all, he books Manny Williams for not putting the ball on the quadrant for a corner. Then Turner makes a good save, pushes it over the crossbar, and gets a goal kick. Ball being played across here by Slough, looking for Fraser. In towards Warren Harris, halfway inside the Basingstoke half. Harris on the... well, it's got Fraser on the overlap, but finds Dunn. In here towards Day. Dave, a lovely little pass in towards Davis. Davis tries to play it first time, and Manny Williams chases the ball back for Slough, but it's come through here, and it's a foul by Davies on Kennedy. And the Basingstoke fans chanting off here. He's not booking him for that. Oh my word. This referee he must have had something at half time, because I think he's telling him it's for persistent fouling. Halfway through the second half here, Davies gets the second yellow card of the game. And I think Davies is just saying it's a challenge. So Davies has just got to keep his mouth shut and take the booking, because Slough need to make sure that they've got 11 men on this field to see this game out here. We're halfway through the second half. It's Basingstoke 1, Slough Town 3. Basingstoke fans behind the goal trying to make some noise to get behind their team. It's a free kick here to be taken by Bennett. 15 yards inside the Basingstoke half. Played in towards Demuria. Headed away by Matt Day. Comes out here towards Coles. Coles has got time to turn and play it back to Dobson. Puts Dobson under a bit of pressure here. It's a throw to Basingstoke. And Demuria takes it quickly in towards Kennedy. Back out here towards Demuria, the centre-back. Ball played in, looking for McKnight. Comes out, though, to Nisbet. Nisbet plays it in towards Warren Harris. Harris cuts inside past Bennett and now can bring the ball out to Manny Williams, scorer of the third goal. Back out here to... Fraser slips, but plays the ball forward here. Oh, it will come through to Coles, will it? Oh, the goalkeeper just beats him to the ball. And then Davies with the header forward, only as far as Leggett. Ball's starting to rain here at... the Camrose here, just starting to come down a little bit heavier here in Basingstoke. The rain just making the conditions a little bit slippery here. But it's a throw to the Rebels, halfway inside their own half, with Sean Fraser to take this throw. All of the game virtually played in this Basingstoke half. Comes out here towards Collier. Just gives the ball away, though, to Dunn. Dunn finds Manny Williams, and it's a poor ball by Dunn to find Williams, but he's got the ball back as Dunn. Played it in towards Warren Harris. Harris plays it down the line, but it comes off Gota, and it's a throw to Slough. 5 yards inside the Slough half. And it's Sean Fraser will go across to take this one. Looks like you're going to see a third and second substitution for the Rebels. Togwell putting his top on the far hand side. Ball comes in off Gota, flicked on by Slough, and Bayliss, he hits it across his own 18-yard box. Leggett's under pressure here from Coles. Plays the ball forwards, only as far as Davies. Davies does well to take the ball, holds the ball up. Spreads it out here towards Sean Fraser. Fraser now crosses the halfway line, plays it down the line. That's got too much on it and goes out of play. Interesting to see whether it's Davies or Togwell that comes off. I think that may be Davies because he's got that yellow card. Ball's here, though, currently with Bennett. Bennett closed down by 2 Slough players, and it's one back here with Slough with Fraser. Fraser finds Coles. Coles plays a little ball out here towards Dobson. Dobson's got plenty of space to run into. Turns though. Why did he not attack it down that near hand side? Back here with Davies. Has plenty of time to find Dunn inside the centre circle. Chips the ball on the far hand side to Fraser. Fraser takes it in his stride. Bunting tries to get back, but it's here with Warren Harris. Fraser's continued his run down that near hand side. Fraser gets a cross in. It comes through to Coles on the penalty spot. Overhead kick by him, and it's a little bit too high, and it is going to be number 7, James Dobson, being the player. Oh, Slough wanted to take the substitution there, but it's come through here towards Fraser, who plays the ball down. Williams jumps with it. It's come here from Bayliss towards Gota. Gota closed down. Ball played forwards for McKnight to chase, but the goalkeeper Turner comes out. Hoofs that one straight down the field. Is it still in play? It is. Warren Harris keeps it in. Comes out here towards Bayliss. His header will find Day, who heads it back with even more gutso. And Gota comes out. Now you'll see the substitution for the Rebels. It's Dobson coming on. And Togwell coming on. Substitution on 73 minutes. And that means that Togwell now plays his 99th appearance for the Rebels this afternoon, as he comes on here. And I guess that means that Togwell will play centre midfield alongside Davies, and Simon Dunn will go to the left-hand side. So the substitution is Dobson off and Togwell on. And we're into the last 18 minutes of this game here, getting a bit steamy in the Basingstoke press box. I don't know what's been going on. Just give the Winters a bit of a clean so we can see what's going on. Don't charge. Oh, you've got a window cleaner. Oh, brilliant. That's what we like. It's good. It's oh, I won't use that in. That's a bit. There you go. Look at that. I think I found my vacation in life. I'm going to be a window cleaner. Thanks, guys. And long throw down the field here. Headed away though by Bayliss. Comes back towards Manny Williams, who turns and finds Fraser. Fraser just stands there with the ball, chipping the ball forward, looking for Coles. Demurray gets a touch to it, only as far as Togwell. Togwell, poor touch by him. It's been cleared down the line, and it goes out of play for a throw to. I thought it was a throw to the Rebels. It is, but Bunting's gone to be ball boy and collect the ball for Basingstoke. So it's a Day, long throw down the field, headed away by Bayliss into the centre, picked up though by Davies. Davies has got done on the left hand side, trying to play it in towards Coles, gets the ball back but misses it, finds McKnight for Basingstoke in the centre circle. Lovely ball out here towards Bennett. Bennett just goes past, plays the ball out here to the right back, Leggett in towards Bennett. Bennett now has time on the ball, got Gota running. Bunting is clearly offside, and that'll be a throw. Just wondering if the referee was going to call that back for a free kick. And quite surprising that the referee didn't book Nisbet for that foul there, but I thought that was the worst foul of the game, but strange enough. There you go. What do I know? Matt Lynch just coming up to sit with his parents in the stand here, serving the last of his 2-match suspension for Slough, as the long kick tries to find Coles. Coles will keep the ball in, plays it out here towards Dunn on the edge of the 18-yard box. This is ball straight at Demurray, forced kindly to Bunting. Bunting plays it down the line, but it's gone out of play off a Slough player for a throw to the Rebels. I've lost my cursor. There's my cursor. That's right. Demurray will take the throw and finds Leggett. Leggett being closed down by a couple of players. Farrell finds Bunting. Bunting turns, flicked on by Deadfield. Ball bouncing around here with McKnight on the edge of the 18-yard box, trying to chip the ball forward. He does, but there's no one from Basingstoke chasing it down. And Turner will just stand there and wait for a Basingstoke player to come across. And it's out of play for. So it's in the hand of Jack Turner in the Slough goal. We're into the final 15 minutes here at the Camrose Stadium. It's Slough with a 3-1 lead. Ball played through here. Demurray heads it away. Ball comes out to Bayliss inside the centre back position, plays it forward to Bennett. Bennett trying to flick the ball on, but Davis is there for Slough and finds a lovely ball in towards Williams. Williams trying to find Coles, he just couldn't take it in his stride, and it runs through to McAdden, who rolls it out here to Bennett. Bennett coming deep to pick the ball up, closed down well by Manny Williams. Ball here with Leggett, finds the captain Kennedy down this near hand side, in towards Bunting. Bunting turns, well taken by Togwell, hits the ball straight at Kennedy, and Williams uses his body to shield the ball, chips the ball forwards. That's a lovely ball to Coles. Oh, he just can't get there, and Bayliss comes across. That's really good defending again, and Coles surely or later will get a chance here. Ball played forward looking for Bunting. Bunting takes it on his chest. Nisbet, great challenge. That is a great challenge by Mark Nisbet. Nisbet, it's got to be a corner at least. I would have. It's. I don't. You do have to wonder what this referee's on. It was chested down by Bunting inside the penalty area. Now I thought that Nisbet got a touch to it, and in which case it's a corner, or Basingstoke think it's a penalty, which it wasn't, and then it's given out as a goal kick, and that's the second time he's done that this second half. Ball's now with McAdden in the Basingstoke goal. I really do not understand how this referee has refereed the second half to this day. It's been absolutely terrible. Williams just chases Bayliss down on the far hand side. It'll be a throw to Basingstoke, but Slough chasing down, doing what Basingstoke did to Slough at Arbour Park. Ball's here with Bayliss. Plays the ball in here towards Kennedy. Kennedy finds Bennett inside the centre circle immediately as he's got the ball. Two Slough players on it. Plays the ball to the goalkeeper. Dunn will chase the ball for Slough, but it goes through to the goalkeeper McAdam. Plays it across towards Bayliss. Bayliss now plays the ball down the field here looking for McKnight. McKnight holds the ball up, has got Goater on the outside, finds him. His ball in, finds Collier. Collier turns and plays to Demura, the centre back, just inside his own half, and spreads it to the right back, Leggett. Basingstoke keeping the ball a little bit better now these last few minutes. Here with Demura, he's got plenty of time to bring the ball forwards here. Slough just willing to let him have the ball. And it comes out on the far hand side to Goater, and he's got Bennett on the left side if he needs him. Chips it in, comes through to Day, who chests it down and then smashes clear only as far as Collier. Little cushion header into the path of Goater. Goater crosses in first time here, and Wells heads the ball away. Comes through to Dunn, who plays it straight out of play for a throw to Basingstoke. So we're into got about 12 minutes of normal time left. Ball's here with Deadfield. Plays it back towards the captain Kennedy. He gives it to Demuri on the halfway line. Takes a touch, plays it in here towards Leggett. Little 1-2 for him. And Nisbet comes across for Slough, just puts his body in front of the ball. That's good defending by the Slough captain. And it's seen out for a goal kick to the Rebels. So let's see if we can find you some latest scores in the Southern Premier League while we wait for this goal kick to be taken. And it's let's have a look at what we can find for you today. It's long kick here by Turner, aimed towards Coles. Coles and Demuri wrestling, comes off Demuri last. It's out for a throw to the Rebels. Let's see if we can find you those latest scores in the Southern Premier League for you. Starting to rain quite constantly here. Right, so it's Banbury. What have I done there? Turn that off. Hold on, don't panic. It's only the computer. I'll keep turning something on. What have we done? Ball played in towards Warren Harris on the far hand side. Lovely control by him. Leaves it for Fraser. Of all people, Fraser's shot straight at McAdden. And it's a good save by the goalkeeper. Straight out. Rolls the ball out here to Collier. Collier now on the far hand side finds Goater. Goater closed down by the hard working Warren Harris. Ball on the far hand side. Back in towards Collier. In towards Bayliss. Goes across to Demuria. He's got time to just bring the ball up to the halfway line, travels 15 yards, looking to play it in, plays it in, telegraphs the pass to Togwell, who wins it back and finds Williams. Williams gets a second chance at clearing the ball and will find Togwell. Togwell's got a bit of space here. He's got Warren Harris on the far hand side and Coles in the middle. Plays it in looking for Coles. Bayliss gets there first, but Coles will get there to shoot. Good save by the goalkeeper again, and Coles surely has got to get a goal today. He's had so many chances. Ball outside towards Goater. Goater runs the ball heavy. Fraser comes in. That's a good challenge by Sean Fraser and plays it out here towards Davies. Davies now has the ball for Slough. Just evades the challenge. I'll give you these latest scores as the ball's just played back towards Bunting. Let me just see if this gets put out a turn and smashes it down the field. Bayliss header. It's Banbury 1, St Ives 1. It's Biggleswade 2, Merthyr 1. And the ball played out here towards Leggett. I'll come back to those scores in a second. Leggett chance to cross the ball into the box. Turner will come and grab that one. It's a good save by the goalkeeper. So it's Biggleswade 2, Merthyr 1. Chesham 0, Weymouth 3. Dorchester 0, Royston 0. Dunstable 0, Hitchin 4. Farnborough 1, Stratford 4. Hereford 5, Gosport 1. Kettering 3, Frome 0. Kings Langley 1, Tiverton 1. Redditch 0, Kings Lynn 1. And St Neots 2, Bishop Stortford 1. Those are your latest scores. The ball's in deep in the Basingstoke half here, and it's going to be a throw to the Rebels down this far hand side, right by the corner flag. Wells will be the player that comes across to take this one, and it will be Wells who has the ball, gets the ball back from Dunn, tries to go past him, comes back in towards Dunn. Dunn's ball ricochets in towards Williams, makes a bit of space, shoots. Oh, it's just gone over the top of the bar. He really should do better than that. He's gone for the near side of the goal, very much like what Wells did for his goal, but blazed it far over the top when a shot across the goal maybe would have been better. But it's Basingstoke with this goal kick here, taking it quickly towards Kennedy. Short. Dugwell chases it down. McAdam has the ball. Has to play it out here towards Bayliss. Now putting the pressure on and win the ball back here with Warren Harris, but pushed off the ball by Collier. Collier's being forced to go back towards his goalkeeper though. Basingstoke playing backwards instead of forwards. Played out here towards Leggett. Not the best of balls, but it comes through to Leggett. He plays the ball well, but Davies is there for the Rebels. And little Rabona chip down the field there. But it only goes as far as Demura. In towards Collier. Finds Kennedy. Trying to find McKnight. Davis tries to get there, ball plucked forwards, and Nisbet's there to clear for Slough and finds Wells. Wells smashes that ball long. Coles won't chase that one, it will go through to the goalkeeper outside of his area with his feet. Cole McAdam and has the ball here, and then finds Kennedy inside the centre circle. Manny Williams chases him down well, and the ball's played out on the far hand side here towards Bayliss. Bayliss, the centre back, bringing the ball forwards. Nisbet comes to claim it. The goalkeeper was coming to shout for it. Ball's here with Togwell, and he leaves it for Davis. Davis with the ball over the top, and it's going to come through to Coles. Coles is up against Demuria, shoots from distance, but it's again. Coles needs a lot of chances today to score. He's bound to get one of them, I'm sure of it. It might not be today, but straight at the goalkeeper. The ball's here now with Leggett down his right hand side. He's travelled 30-40 yards, still running with it. Plays the ball in behind everyone apart from Togwell, who's there for Slough, and it's here with Davis in towards Wells. Wells will play the ball down the field. This time Coles is onside and doesn't get to the ball. Goalkeeper comes out well to play it. Coles is just playing on the back of the two centre backs for Basingstoke here. Ball played in towards Leggett. Tries to get a 1-2 with Bunting, but again Leggett would need to leg it to get to that one, and he didn't leg it. So it's out for a throw to the Rebels. We've got around about 6 minutes of normal time, plus whatever the referee adds on here today. Knowing this referee here, the way he's going, we could be playing here till 6 o'clock. Quick throw here by Togwell towards Dunn. Back in towards Togwell, who clears. Looking for Coles. Coles takes it down on his chest. Looking for a free kick. Ball comes through to Kennedy. Finds Deadfield. Deadfield has the ball in towards Bennett. Bennett plays it to the left side, where Gota is for Basingstoke. 10 yards inside his Slough half. Manages to skip past Fraser, but Fraser gets back into position. Takes a deflection on the cross in, and it goes through to Jack Turner, and Turner again just waits for McKnight to come across before picking the ball up. And it's here with Turner. This could be only the third defeat that Basingstoke have suffered at home. Only other defeats have been to Frome and Kings Lynn. Long kick looking for Coles. Coles can't control it. Goes through to McAdam. Rolls the ball out to Bayliss. Bayliss under pressure again. Plays the ball forwards here to Bennett. Bennett's still got some space and time to run with the ball. Just lets Warren Harris come back at him and finds Kennedy, the captain for Basingstoke. Gypsy here looking for Leggett. That's a really good ball if Leggett can get there. Leggett does well. Plays it straight at Wells. That's really good defending by George Wells to cover there. Does he give a? You're sure you don't want to give a throw in this time, referee, or a goal kick? Come on, live up to your name. It's a corner to Basingstoke Town. I thought he was going to give a penalty. The way this referee's going, you won't be surprised. It's going to be an in-swinging corner here for Basingstoke. Bennett is the player that goes across to take it, and It goes into the box, headed away though by Slough. Comes to the edge of the box where Collier chips the ball back in. Ball bouncing around, still bouncing along. Hooks clear in the end by Wells. Comes out here towards Togwell. Togwell just puts that on the A30. That's the best place to put it. And it's a throw to Basingstoke Town, right by the corner flag here into the final 3.5 minutes, plus whatever the referee will add on. Leggett has come across to take this throw. He's got Bennett near him if he needs him. Demurray is the next player. It looks like he's going to try and put a bit of distance on this throw if he can. Long ball into the box, headed away well by Slough. Flicked on by Togwell, comes here towards Collier, back out towards Leggett. In here, Slough get a couple of bodies in there, but comes through to Demurray, tries to turn. Demurray still has the ball, crosses near post, and it's come a save by Jack Turner. And it goes out for a corner here. Slough under some pressure in these last 5 minutes here at the Camrose. Can they hold out for this victory? In game number 4 of 6 away from home. Again, Bennett to take this corner. It's a good corner in. Headed away by, it comes through to Deadfield. And Deadfield, they're more akin to Aussie rules football with that effort, I'm afraid. Good position, too close to the post. He just puts that one way over the top. And there's 2 balls on the pitch now. And Turner will just waste a little bit of time by kicking that ball across for the ball to go out of play. And Turner to take this goal kick for the Rebels. As we wait for Turner to take this kick. He's just wasting a little bit of time here. A little bit of gamesmanship coming in from the Slough goalkeeper. Long ball forward for Coles. Hits him on the chest. Comes out here towards Wells. Williams, sorry. Ball down the line for Dunn. Hits a geezer in the face, in the stand, by the sides, but he's alright. Don't worry about him, he's fine. And it's a throw to the Rebels. Some Slough fans already leaving to make their way home. And it's a throw here by Wells, in towards Dunn. Wells just does well to nutmeg Kennedy. Finds Williams. Williams holds the ball up, in towards Wells. Dinked forwards for Dunn to chase. Demurray is there. Demurray over the clearance, looking for Bunting, but it comes through to Day. Day just rolls the pass into the path of Sean Fraser. Fraser finds Warren Harris. He's worked really hard down that right hand side. Back in here towards Fraser. Fraser goes back towards Davies. Davies just dinks a little ball over the top. Bayliss comes across to win the ball. Flicked on by Kennedy. Finds Deadfield. Togwell gets in there for Slough. He wins it, finds Davis. In towards Warren Harris. Harris turns on that far hand side. Gota gets in front of him to shield the ball. That's good defending. Plays it goes to the goalkeeper McAdden. And he can play the ball out. Finds Deadfield with the pass. Heavy touch finds Bennett. Bennett being forced wide. In towards Gota. Finds Kennedy. Kennedy now 10 yards inside his own half. Lents it. Swings it to the right hand side for Leggett. Leggett can't control it, I'm afraid. And it's out of play for a throw. We've got a minute left, plus whatever the referee adds on. And they're just going to take their time with this throw. All the Rebels just to ease a little bit of time. No signal from the referee about how long we're going to play. And Matt Lent sitting here in front of me, wondering if he's how he's going to get back into this side. 2 good performances so far from the Rebels. Ball played down the field by Wells, headed away by Demurray, flicked on by Deadfield, in towards Knight. Finds Dunn, who gets there first, but can't keep it in, and it's a throw to Basingstoke halfway, just inside the halfway line here, and Leggett will be the player that comes across to take it. And it's Leggett with this throw in towards Collier, back here towards Leggett. He goes back towards the goalkeeper Demurray. 4 minute signal of added time. We're just about to come into that now. Ball played across here towards Bayliss. Bayliss, the centre back, hammers that ball forward, looking for Bunting. Nisbet with the header, comes through to Dunn. Dunn, little cushion header, finds Davis. Davis heads it back towards Dunn. Dunn can clear down the line, looking for Williams. More of a little cushion header, finds Kennedy. Kennedy inside the centre circle of the Slough box, plays it on the left hand side towards Gota. Gota with a good touch, plays it in. Oh, Slough couldn't defend it first time, but Matt Day defends it, and it comes here towards Coles. Coles holds the ball up just inside his own half, trying to turn. He's turned past Bayliss now. Is just going to play the ball in. It's just not good enough. Cut out well by Bennett, and Bennett is caught by Coles. It's a free kick to Basingstoke, and Slough trying to hit on the counter attack, allowing Basingstoke to come forwards, just getting bodies in the way. Come out from Ball comes out here towards Williams. Williams is one-on-one with the goalkeeper, 30 yards away from goal. Still running with the ball, looking for a fourth. Draws him out. Oh, and goalkeeper saves again with his feet. Comes out though to Williams. He can turn this time. Plays it in. Oh, he's going to walk through. Don't get there. It's a fourth for the Rebels. And it's Manny Williams who produces the skill down that right-hand side. His first effort is blocked superbly by the goalkeeper. The ball comes back out. He turns on the right-hand side, goes down the byline, waits for the goalkeeper to draw himself, goes past him, keeps the ball just from going out, and then slides the ball into the path of Simon Dunn. And yet another ex-Basingstoke player scores, and it's a fourth different scorer for the Rebels, just like it was on Tuesday night. It's Slough 4-1 up, 2 4-1 victories in a row, 4 different scorers in each game, and Slough will just eke these last few minutes out here. We've got about 2 minutes and 10 seconds left of this added time, and it's a cue for a lot of fans here at the Camrose to make their way to the car park. Ball's here with Leggett, closed down immediately by Coles, and Demuria plays ball out here towards Ghost on that far hand side. Ghost just chips the ball. Oh, it's a poor ball forwards, and Jack Turner will keep that ball in, will he? And that is the trouble when goalkeepers try and waste a bit of time. Turner tries to get hold of the ball, to keep it in and wait for a player to come in. He's given it away. It's a corner to Basingstoke here on the far hand side. It'll be an in-swinging corner, so now with some defending to do here. Ball played into the box, headed away in there, still bouncing around, and Turner doesn't get it, headed off the line, chips back into the box, played in. It's going to come out here to Davies on the line, who clears that one. Comes out here towards Simon Dunn, chips the ball forwards. 2 players headed away. Oh, comes out towards Togwell. Togwell's got a chance to bring the ball forward here with Williams. Finds Williams on the right hand side. Williams doesn't need to score today. He's just going to run into the corner flag up against Gota. Just keeps the ball there. Kennedy comes across to try and win it. It's come off Manny Williams last. It's out of play for a goal kick to Basingstoke. And it's Slough fans making the noise here at the Camrose in that open terrace bit that's where it's raining here. Cole McKenna with this goal kick, long kick down the field. Day wins the header, heads it a mile almost, finds Kennedy here for Basingstoke. His ball in, finds Deadfield. Deadfield just does well, skips past a couple of challenges, chips the ball in towards Leggett on the far hand side. Leggett keeps the ball in, it's come across all the way through, it's shot, it hit his own player from Bunting with the shot. It hit McKnight, who actually defended it, and the ball's here with Davies for the Slough. Chips the ball over the top. Slough got 2 players offside, and they'll happily take that free kick. In fact, they won't need to, because it's the full-time whistle here at the Camrose. It's finished. Slough Town with a 4-1 victory. Basingstoke 1, Slough Town 4. And bearing in mind that Basingstoke scored in that first minute of the game, Slough have done well to yet again come back from behind to win here. They've got 4 different scorers. Goal scorers were Ben Harris on 6 minutes, George Wells on the 45+1. Then in the second half, a goal by Manny Williams on 54 gave them 3-1 lead. And then on the 91st minute, Simon Dunn is the player who rounds that victory off for the Rebels here. So they head to Weymouth on Tuesday. A horrible day. It's going to be the same day as Dave Carpenter's funeral. So it's going to be mixed emotions on that day. The players just going over to the Slough fans who they actually gathered to the little terrace bit to the left of our commentary position, where they went to make some noise. And Matt Day on his debut plays really well, apart from that goal in the first minute. Solid defensive display by him. And again, Scott Davis had a really good game. Strangely enough, the person that didn't have the best of games is the referee, who I don't understand. I think Manny Williams has gone over there now still to find out how he got booked for that challenge. Yeah, some crazy decisions by the referee in that second half. He'll be the talking point of the game, but it's now with the 4-1 victory. And they head to Weymouth for that next game on Tuesday evening, 7:45 kickoff. We should all be there. for that game, as long as we can get some power. And Scott Davies just getting a round of applause as he just comes into the tunnel here, and Manny Williams getting some applause. He's still with it. I wonder if he's still got to go in the dressing room with the referee and find out just exactly why he did get booked. We will try and find you the scores from the other games for you very quickly if we can. I can tell you it finished Biggleswade 2, Merthyr 1, Kettering 3, Frome 0, Hereford 1, 5-1 against Gosport in the end. It finished Farnborough 1, Stratford 4. It finished with, let's have a look, it's Chesham 0, Weymouth 3 was the full-time score. Sorry, Weymouth 6. Dearie me. Chesham 0, Weymouth 6 is the score there. Banbury have gone 3-1 up. They've won that one there. So there you go for the Rebels there. It's been a good afternoon today. They head off now to Weymouth on Tuesday night. We'll be back then. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a very good weekend. Thank you all for your comments, as usual, for coming through to us here. And Neil Humphrey said he was multitasking TV and me listening while he's watching the women's boat race. There's got to be something better than women's boat race. But I'll tell you what, it's the only thing that Cambridge are ever going to win. So there you go. But until then, we'll be back on Tuesday night. And we wish you all the best for the weekend. But thank you very much.
Thanks, mate. No trouble. I may not see you next season. We'll see how things go.
Not being funny, I wish we don't. But
Yeah,
you never know with that change around in the leagues and everything.
yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah.
We're not sure where they're going. But,
Right.
best of luck for the rest of the season.
Good chat. And you too.
Thanks for your hospitality today.
No problem at all.
I'll finish off cleaning the window.